waiting for the sports animal. Your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Gunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Amory Castillo. This is 2 Men On with Van Gunley and Fred Slow.
It's Monday, Albuquerque. You know what that means? That means I'm back on the program. Welcome back to me.
Welcome back, Freddie Fame.
Welcome back.
You were missed.
Yeah?
Contrary to popular belief, you were missed.
I got the text. Everyone told me how much you three suck.
There's no way that's true.
A little levity. I will take a second here to say thank you to all that did and all that didn't, but thought too, reached out to me over the passing of my father 2 weeks ago. It has been a wild ride for your boy.
That's something that we didn't want to touch on while you were gone. That's something that obviously we wanted you to handle yourself, a very delicate subject. I know it's a big moment in your life that we didn't feel.
Big is interesting because it's the worst.
That's
It is
awesome.
the worst moment in my entire life. Jake Cassio joining the program only has made it worse.
Breaking news to me, that information. So Mike will spread.
You are such a-
I didn't feel it was right to talk about it on the program without you being here. So it was kind of just like Fred's on vacation.
Can't
Fred's
tell
on
that.
vacation.
He'll spill it.
Yeah, I did not know at all. So
I-
Really?
apologize there.
I have not told jokes in 10 days, boys.
Sure.
Am I doing the math right there? 11 days. I have not told a joke. This is no punchline. Just since June 26th. Let's go. I got them saved up.
And then obviously our relationship on the show is both a shtick and not a shtick.
Right.
But when you turn the microphones off, like we're legit friends in real life.
You know,
And yeah, that is
That's
accurate.
the thing I don't tell people.
Yeah, as one shouldn't. But what you went through and how strong you were for yourself and your family and all your friends and family and loved ones was a spectacle to watch and an example for the class. And the whole community who loves 2 Men On, who loves Talk ABQ, who loves Duke City Championship Wrestling, all reached out in your absence for anything that they could do to contribute. And the outpouring of love and support for you was nothing short of amazing.
They did a $10 salute over there at the last one. Yeah, it was nice. It was a nice thing to do. Yeah, so I've been gone. I am back now. I am ready to be funny. I believe it will come in waves for your boy. It's a interesting one. Also, 505-246-0610, sports animal texter and call. Call. Talk about your dad. Call. Talk about your life. Call. Talk about text. I don't care. You get it out. Get it out. But give it to us, because it is as real of an emotion as I've ever felt. And everything is like a little muted. And the muted part is wild. Because what we're going to talk about in the next segment, a little spoiler, we have a whole bunch. So this is the worst week in sports. We've talked about this a million times.
Sure.
But I messed around and watched that crappy Hard Knocks the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell jokes, I got them. But I'm not gonna be able to go as hard and ridiculous on it as I want, because as I'm watching, I'm like, oh, I'm just sad. I'm hearing it through sad ears, I'm watching it through sad eyes.
It was
Yeah.
a sad episode.
The whole thing sucks.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing I ever saw.
I knew it was going to be garbage, and I didn't watch a second of it.
On that.
Hard Knocks cannot force more content down my throat.
No,
Will you stop it, please?
stop.
And
It's the age of consent. No one asked for more Hard Knocks. We did not give you permission.
they're
Give us all.
getting to the right personality here. I mean, I'm guzzling that up, man.
You
We're still talking about Hard Knocks.
Yeah, what are you talking
Yes.
about?
Okay.
But it's been a crazy time. And I'm not going to give you a whole recap of everything, but I didn't grow up here, boys. I grew up in St. Louis, Missouri. I say St. Louis, Missouri on this program with the enthusiasm that Paul Heyman says Brock Lesnar. That way, everyone here hates it.
Mhm.
I say St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah.
It gets greater.
Someone's got to be proud about it.
Yeah. No one cares.
No
also.
one.
It hasn't clicked for you yet that no one cares.
Hey, read the text.
Mhm.
Why you take that idea back to St. Louis? They said.
Uh-huh.
So I had to go back to St. Louis and then went to my hometown and saw my people. And, there was a moment as we're celebrating my dad's life and the funeral where you have all these individuals and you're like, oh, I'll never see all these individuals in the same place again.
Sure.
And it was a wild thought. It was like a crucial turning point where I said, oh, St. Louis was my home. My family was no longer there. My dad's not there. Kind of a crazy thing. And then juxtaposition, you were able to get away to the family over the holiday weekend, celebrate the 4th the way you're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
All the friends of the show, luckily they were also out of town, so they didn't have to hear the disaster that was Jake, Zay.
Hey, we had a great time.
It was a great show.
Let me read the personal text. They said one more Andrew Tate reference, and I'm out.
It was the knee breaker.
Oh, it was
that was Zay.
I was in between two family events in Flagstaff for the 4th of July.
And he called one of his mini.
I put on talkabq.com so I could stream, make sure your audio levels were correct, make sure you were hooked up to the Conrad.
We were a little fried, weren't we?
Yes, Jake was a little hot. I text Griffin. Hopefully she fixed it. Anyways, I turn on the program for 5 minutes, and Isaiah Johnson, I hear you talking about Andrew Tate on our program.
Okay, so let's recap for those who weren't listening. I highlighted that when I'm listening to people, I know how to take what I want to take and eliminate what I want to eliminate. So I can listen to somebody who may be an awful person, but if they say something that I think is true, I'll say, okay, well, what they just said was true. Now, because I think that's true, that doesn't mean I'm going to go around and live like him. But in his defense, he, when it comes to motivational speaking,
Dog, you shouldn't struggle so hard to support someone.
I know,
it's
right?
not when it comes to motivational speaking and just the everyday life of working hard. I think he has some good insight.
You separate the art from the artist.
Yes,
They're not. He's not an artist.
No.
He's created zero art ever. This is a horrible person.
Yeah.
This is a human trafficker. He is
allegedly.
taking advantage. He is taking advantage of you, soft-brained 20-something. You're pretending it's motivation.
You do know that he was arrested at first, and then he was released, and then he was put on house arrest, and he was released from that, and now he's allowed to leave Romania, and now he's allowed to, it's slowly undoing. He claims he's going to be innocent, but if he is,
he's not. He's still on trial.
Wikipedia has him listed as a sex trafficking influencer. That's who you look up to.
Oh, Wikipedia does?
That's a heck of a title on Wikipedia.
Oh, I think he's the only one in the category.
Yeah, there's not a blue link.
There you go. I'm back. We got jokes.
We miss you, Fred.
Give me a little bit of time. That's the whole thing. Just give me some time. Your boy, there's a running joke with myself. Walk around this office, I walk around this earth. We'll say, hey, how you doing? And I would say, I'm regular. Because I don't want to tell you I'm good, and I don't want you to ask anything. And I'm not currently regular. I'm not currently in a space of regular. I am in a space of distracted. I am in a space of disoriented. Van and I had a meeting today, a 1 o'clocker over at the 66 Diner, proud partner on the program. I showed up here. I just, my head is not right. Van's like, hey, I'm walking in, where you at? I go, oh, the elevator. I screwed up in our meeting at 66 Diner. By the way, I'll make it up to you, 66 Diner. I need that wild rice too. It's been too long.
Like you order one thing, it's blue plate special every time for you.
Was this spaghetti and meatballs today?
I didn't. I doubled back. I came here and we had our meeting.
We do that.
Yeah.
That's how life
You didn't peek his menu though?
Oh, I get the same thing every time. Yeah, for sure.
Don't need this, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm locked in. Look, you friend of the show, Fred is bombastic, hyperbolic, degenerate voice on this program. But outside of this, done some amazing things for the community And that was very apparent in your absence because so many people reached out. And
That did show suck.
the love and support while you were gone, it was moving, to say the least.
We'll talk about it at length at the end of the program, but it's ever present. Keep that in mind if references are made. Also, thank you to everyone who stuck around with us for the entirety of this. We know some of you do because we talked about those things, and people spend a fair amount of time listening to the length of this thing. So we heard this earlier on the podcast. This is the tone, not just for today, but I would assume for the time upcoming. Also, I had to, and this is a personal note that I think the friend of the show might be interested in. I skipped Duke City Championship Wrestling on the 20, whatever day that was. So I skipped Duke City Championship Wrestling when I'm gone. And like, no offense for radio, I love that way more than this. So I skipped that. I'm getting all this, like, also my phone number's everywhere. Like, if you're trying to get a hold of me, like, you will easily find it. All these fans are like, where are you at? What's going on? I'm like, I'm not even a wrestler. Like, I'm not even in the ring. Like, thank you all for that.
You're the face and pride of DCCW. Other than Hobo Hank.
DCCW is in trouble.
Yeah, underline pride.
The crowd does not chant slow. They don't only chant Hobo Hank.
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
their thing. So there you go.
I was running around like a maniac in your stead trying to help out where I could. And your dudes, your team at DCCW had it on lockdown.
Good dude.
They were working so hard in your stead, and they were so wide-eyed, having no real reference of what you really do for the organization until you were gone. They're like, I didn't know Fred did all this stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, dude, he works hard for you idiots.
Take that. Yeah, take that for your rec league pro wrestling softball team that you play on once a month, drunkenly. Take that.
There's a reason why that Washington State hat has so much sweat on it. Because he's grinding on DCCW.
Ooh,
Did you tell
it like that?
Did you tell Fred how much I helped out with the ABQ Duke setup at the Isotopes game?
Yes, you did the bare minimum. Thanks for showing up, Zay.
It was my suggestion that you go do it.
Well, I feel I did a great job at replacing you in the time being.
Did you replace me?
Yes, I did. I was the only person tall enough to hold the bungees at the top.
Do you think that would have been my sole responsibility?
I definitely know that you had to be the one that was putting the zip ties on the top because I was the fully extended.
There are schools. Dan could have
Zay,
done it.
that's exactly it, Jake. Zay is bragging that he did the job that a stepladder could do.
That's awesome. Okay, we get it. You're tall, Zay.
The Albuquerque Dukes Retro Night was whatever that following day was, the 29th. So I wasn't able to make it. And we were set up to like do a bunch of sales and have a whole, it was going to be a lot of fun hanging out with the Dukes, partner in the program. And so I can't be there. Like my dad's dead. Like I got to go to St. Louis and handle that fact. So anyway, so Isaiah helps out. Turbo Tony Davis.
Turbo Tony helped out.
Like he shows up. Andy Lyman in the paper, so you were, it did suck a little bit that he was there. But it's like, no, boys help boys.
Sure.
Yeah, the community came through, and without a punchline to end this segment, so we can come back and do the regular show we do. How fortunate I am in my life to be in a position where people are not just willing, but eager to help me in a time that I needed help. So thank you to they for that. Thank you to the three of you for maintaining this radio show. I think it's the longest time I've taken off of a radio, period. I can't think of another time. So there's that. This is this. We return to Tune It On after the break on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
See an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9127. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, serving the community since 1936. World class, local style. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio.
Congratulations to Jeff Simieta and JJ Block for the opening drive. Winners once again of the New Mexico Broadcasters Association Award for Best Sports Show.
Opening drive, Jeff Simieta, JJ Block, the 11. What it do for you? An overtime win, you break up the score.
Fresh grab in Dallas.
We really do need to expand the trophy room. The opening drive. Weekday morning starting at 7 on 95.9 FM at PM 610. The Sports Animal.
Any art from here until we get back. Everguard Solar is local. They're donating a local charity for every solar installation. Customers aren't just reducing their energy bills, they're getting federal and local tax credits will last. Everguard Solar.
Thinking about what I would make for dinner.
I was just watching the station on radio.
Getting my headphones.
The only time it comes in.
I never saw him.
I never saw that. Fortunately, sometimes drivers don't notice motorcycles on the road until you wait. Always look because it's their road. You'll be there to cooperation. Oh, that's right. Your life is I tell you about really back. Tell you, I can feel the difference. Actually, really something I play naturally, helped by doctors. Relief Factor is a formula of ingredients all work together, help your body's response to inflammation instead of bad of ours. Relief Factor actually eliminate your pain. Good. Whether it's neck, back, point, or muscle pain, if you're looking to feel better, live better, give Relief Factor a try. In 3 weeks, you will go working because you'll feel it. For instance, I was sent Relief Factor to try, and I've been taking it every single day. Say what? I feel the difference every day. Go to relieffactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Save on your first order. Don't let pain tell you how to live. Fight back naturally with Relief Factor. This product is not evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. Products are not intended to diagnose
Summer Graham, independence from high maintenance, all blood, all. At Malloy Graham and Los Lunas. Malloy Graham.
The Jim Rome Show.
I love the game. I don't play the game.
Days at 10 on 90.
Welcome back to the program. We apologize for the technical difficulties on the live stream. Visit any of our live stream outlets, and it is now resolved. Wasn't checking my work email. It looks like Forrest Stolting, the Isotopes, is going to be joining us. That's a nice thing.
I love Forrest. He's a good guy.
You love him?
Yeah. I have a deep emotional love for Forrest.
I got a surprise for you.
He didn't
be here, and you could tell him to his face on air.
I will.
It's weird that you love him because he's told me he doesn't even know who you are.
No, he doesn't act like that when I serve him beers.
A bunch of my childhood friends I ran into over the week because I was, helping my dad's funeral stuff. So, I don't know, like a childhood friend would come up to me and go, "Hey, I really thought the world of your dad." And I'm like, "Oh, my dad didn't think about you at all."
Well, nice. It's so good. It's so good. I don't even know who you are.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, I loved your dad. I go, yeah. You really only love PBR and some scotch.
Did he love your dad more than Isaiah loves Andrew Tate?
Oh,
God.
did we
Okay,
take
we're
one
not-
day off, dude?
We're not doing that.
Me and Fred were off the program for 12 minutes.
And you go to
And you bring in Andrew
the
Tate
worst
12
one.
minutes. The worst guy. There's so many good role models for you.
You're gonna be a
Okay.
tater for life
So
now.
these are the friends of the show. These are the same guys that did a whole show on OJ. A whole show on OJ.
We
Yeah,
weren't
we
praising
roasted
him.
Who didn't do it?
We roasted OJ for
You
3
still
hours.
brought him up. You still brought him up.
roasted.
So you want me to roast Andrews? That's what you want
Hey,
me to
do me a favor. Go read his Twitter timeline on the show and see how quick you get canceled.
Here, I got it.
There's
I
a
got
lot of people that falls into.
Ugh.
I got a tweet.
We don't talk about them.
I got a tweet for you, Zay.
Oh God.
Here's Andrew Tate.
Oh goodness gracious.
You have poisoned the minds of young boys for generations, vilifying masculinity and what it means to be a man. May you become reduced to a pile of burning rubble. Up yours, vile creature.
What?
Who was that in
Trump?
reference
Is he
Who is-
talking about Trump?
Who is he
No,
talking
they're
to,
actually-
Isaiah? Who is he talking about?
I'm not sure.
He was talking about Elmo. That was to Elmo.
Maybe-
Was that when
serious?
Elmo asked how everybody's doing?
Elmo said, "Happy International Women's Day," and he said, "You have poisoned the minds of young boys for generations."
I'm gonna trap you guys here.
No, you're not.
Agree or disagree. Regardless of your emotions, what has to get done needs to get done, and being upset is not a reason to not get things done. Do you guys
Okay.
agree or
Oh,
disagree?
is that a quote from Hitler?
No.
What is that?
No. But do you guys agree or disagree?
Yeah, I
That-
disagree.
You disagree.
You
No,
can
you don't.
being upset. You can be upset about stuff.
Of course. But if you have things that have to get done, you'll have to get those things done, right?
I mean, that would work like if you were working on like.
now I know you,
Deadliest
Fred, and I
Catch.
know you agree.
I don't. I believe you even said the word trap. I don't think you're gonna catch me with your early 20-year-old mind gymnastics.
mid, late.
Ugh.
And Andrew's pushing 40.
Your frontal lobe just hardened like
Yeah,
3 months ago.
See, friends of
And-
the show,
and now-
they didn't answer the question
I
strategically.
just did. So
You-
it's
you
okay
agree.
to be emotional.
Yeah, I didn't say it's not okay to be emotional,
Oh,
but if you have things that have to get done, you got to get those things
No,
done.
brother, I literally skipped the show so that you and Jake can ruin it.
Yeah,
That just happened in my life.
yeah, things need to get done, and good thing we have revolutionary philosopher Andrew Tate to do the same thing that we've been
Oh.
doing for tens of thousands of years as human beings.
Make sure he doesn't meet Bill Belichick's girlfriend.
Yeah.
She loves philosophy.
Yeah, when
That was a good one, Jake. And thank you for taking some of the weight off my shoulders over here because they're trying to put me in the spotlight and fry me.
Yeah, when Kronk was inventing the wheel, thank God he had Andrew Tate there to keep him focused and not talking about his feelings.
Yeah. Have you not heard of the Big Four? Plato, Aristotle, and Andrew Tate.
yeah.
Friends of
Oh,
the show,
man.
don't let them do this. I'm not letting them do
There's
it.
so many
They're
great
not-
role
they're not-
models.
They're not pinning Tate on me.
Do you still put R. Kelly on when you get in the car?
Oh my
That's a good
God,
question.
he did advocate for Drake.
Karaoke it.
He advocated for Drake really hard during
Yeah.
the beef too.
We're stepping
He barely won.
aside so we can come back with Forrest Stolting. He's going to talk to us about Isotopes baseball. It's 2 Men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Forrest Stolting of the Albuquerque Isotopes joins us on the program. Forrest, welcome. How are you?
Oh, doing fantastic, man. Good to be here with y'all. Always a pleasure to sit in here and chat some baseball and whether all the other happenings going on. So
Agree with that completely. I don't know if you saw in the news, Boeing had a nice little settlement, and I bring that up because they're based out of Seattle, and Tacoma is coming to town this week.
that's right. Yeah, we're facing the Rainiers from Tuesday to Sunday. The first time this year we will play Tacoma. So some new faces at the ballpark for all the Isotopes fans out there. So should be a fun week. Our third series in the second half, and we're playing pretty well right now. So it's a good time to check out the Isotopes.
So hopefully they're going to be jet lagged and we're going to go 6-0.
That's always the hope, right? I mean, when you're flying that many miles here, I mean, I can't.
It's not that far.
Come on.
It's like over 1,000.
In a plane.
It's probably like 5 hours total.
I mean, depending on layovers.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
They could be stuck in Sacramento.
There might be a direct flight to Tacoma, like SeaTac.
Alaskan Airlines.
I think that's correct, because when I was going to take that cruise, so I'm going to say yes. There's at least one.
Right.
I
Like
also
once a week, once like twice, like,
something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Not twice a day.
I'm gonna say twice a week.
Yeah, definitely not twice a day.
I would say once.
Yeah.
Tops.
Do visiting players steal the cool giveaways that you guys have?
I don't think so. I mean, not to my knowledge, at least. Whenever I go into the clubhouse, I never see those giveaways in there. But I think this weekend, what we got, they may be wanting to snag a few.
If they're gonna steal one, it's gonna be Saturday, right?
Oh, without a doubt, man. That Mariachi's Lowrider bobblehead is just on point. Little cherry red, little 1950s style classic lowrider. Mariachi's performer in the front seat driving. Both the head and the actual car itself bobbles back and forth.
Oh,
So
the
like
car
the-
bobbles too.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. No
Like
doubt a doubt.
The lowriders
Like
hitting switches.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. It's awesome. Yeah. Front to back.
Does it play music too?
I don't think so. That's the one thing we need to add, I think, Ax. That's a great idea.
Thank you.
'Cause we've had a couple of those in the this play music, but this is our second lowrider bobblehead. So I think that may be how we up the ante next year.
Yep.
Is throw little tunes on there.
If you were looking to buy only a 3 ticket package series all year, like if you're like, there's the weekend I have to go every day,
Right.
it's the 12th, 13th, and 14th for giveaways. So the 12th
Yeah.
is the 505 shirt, which
Dry fit, by the way, as
Yeah.
well.
and that's sweet,
Yeah.
because there's nothing New Mexicans love more than New Mexico.
Exactly.
Like
505 across the chest, just repping
Done.
everywhere you go.
So done. That bobblehead you were talking about, which is super cool. The mariachi, is that a skeleton or like what is in that?
I mean, it's like an actual mariachi band performer with the
sweet.
with the face paint on there. So
And then you're giving away the tumblers, so that's going to be a big one
Exactly.
on Sunday.
Yeah.
So that it's like hot girl stuff. That kind
without a doubt,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, this is Isotopes tumbler. It's got it's in the design like a bat with Isotopes logo on there.
Who needs a Stanley Cup?
Exactly?
Yeah.
Get you an Isotopes tumbler action.
Connor
Fans
McDavid,
21
is that
and
the
older.
answer?
Hey,
Ooh,
He needs one.
Yeah.
too soon, bro.
Hey, we'll get it next year.
That's a good joke.
Thank you.
I'll
Yeah, that plays.
I put my money on all Canadian teams already for next season.
To
Oh,
do
you already
what?
laid it down?
Yeah.
Thanks for,
So,
thanks for keeping the lights on in Vegas, Jake.
Yeah, someone has to.
We appreciate you.
hold up,
What you got?
21 and over for this tumbler on Sunday? Like, what's the
Yeah.
deal? Is
I
it for
mean,
booze only?
Dang, they got
Makes
a shot
for
of Teller
anything.
vodka.
I mean, it's sponsored by his Letter Resort and Casino.
So they knew who they wanted.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's gonna keep your drinks just ice cold on all these summer days.
Did
Can
you-
you get like a
Few
vodka
months.
lemonade fill up in the tumbler?
I think so.
I'm not sure. Maybe you can pour
Transcribe
that Teller
it. Yeah.
Totally.
in your mariachi's margarita and pour it in there during
It's-
the game.
it
That's
says-
I don't need a middleman. I just pour it right in my mouth.
Good one. It says here, if you take your Isotopes tumbler to his Letter Resort and Casino, you'll receive a free high five.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's a good deal.
Bonus.
Yeah, somebody there.
in the fine print.
The high five print. 6-6 is the team. I got a bunch of texts while I was out of town helping with my dad's stuff,
Mhm.
asking me if I was missing the show. People were worried about Josh Sushon's health.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Is Josh Sushon still with us?
He's all fine.
Yeah, he's not hanging
Uh,
on my dad. He's like currently,
No, he
okay.
will be with us tomorrow and the rest of the season. He was just taking a week of to self, to get back to, take
A
some time away from
Self-soothing.
yourself.
Yeah,
Exactly.
a little self-soothing.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
An Independence Day sabbatical.
Exactly. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, gosh forbid he wait until the All-Star game break to take that sabbatical, but
I mean,
we'll talk to him tomorrow.
right. Exactly.
Yeah, that's what we'll do.
You figure out all the logistics then.
He'll be super recharged after the All-Star break. Like really, really ready now.
Like everything about
That
it.
crosstalk is going to be lively.
Skin Cancer Awareness Day is Wednesday. That is a day game.
Day game at noon. So come on down, play a little hooky, eat some lunch.
Put
won't-
some
we won't
sunscreen
tell your
on.
boss, yes. Lather up. And that sun is just, it can hit you hard.
Yeah, SPF 50 only.
Yep, got to. And above.
That's a fallacy. I'm not trying to be that guy right now, but anything over 30 is unnecessary.
Is it just a marketing scam?
It is a marketing scam.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It got me. I mean, because I'm pale. I'm pale, man. Like I always go for that 75. Like
It's not a real thing. You're not paying for anything. There's no extra
there's
coverage.
got to be a 75. I know there's a 75.
Doesn't it
out there
last longer?
somewhere.
Nope.
Wow. Because it's like 30 minutes. Like
it's thicker, right? Yeah.
like if you were to put SPF 75 on, it wouldn't block you more like from the
Mm-mm.
predator.
Okay. Because he does heat seeking.
Yeah.
What do we miss, Forrest? Anything?
Day game on Wednesday.
I'll be
first
there.
pitch
I just
tomorrow
mentioned
on
that.
Tuesday.
Or am I doing that? Am I throwing that out?
You tell me. I'm
I
not.
don't think
I'm not privy to that information. That's one only Dylan Storm right there. But giveaway Friday, dry fit shirt 505 style, lowrider night on Saturday with the lowrider car show out front. We'll have about 25
Mhm.
outside the park and about 50 to 60 cars inside along the warning track. So fans can come on down from 5 to 5:45, take pictures of all the cool cars, meet the owners of the classic cars, fireworks at night as well. Lowrider bobblehead giveaway. Get there super early. Last year we had fans lining up, at 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning for these things to bring you some snacks.
I need an interview with that person.
Oh yeah, I mean they'll be there. So
Like, what's going on in your life? Like,
What time do you get in that day?
on Saturday, I got to be there by 9:30 to start.
So they'll
my
beat you
duties.
there.
Oh, without a doubt.
Here's
Yeah,
what you do.
100%.
You get $20 and you pay someone to go stand there. That's the move.
Yeah, at least until like 2, right?
I was back in St. Louis helping my dad's thing, and whatever last Saturday was, everyone was wiped, right? It was sad and it was emotional. We were taking a day, so I called my buddies over at KMX. I'm gonna go to the Cardinals game. I think I'm gonna take all right. Like, I'm back in my hometown. I'm gonna go to the Cardinals game. So I go over there, and they're doing like replica jersey, the best looking one thing,
Of course, yeah.
So I get over there a couple hours early because I can't sleep or rest. I'm super restless. The line for this replica jersey, like just lined up, and then so they open the gates. People go in and pull a U-turn and walk right back out.
Oh
And you're
man,
and moments later, they're on the eBay for whatever amount of money. People
Yeah.
love that stuff.
they
By
eat that
replica
up.
jersey, you just mean the current Fanatics jerseys that they're wearing.
Nice.
It's very similar.
It's the same
It
thing.
looks the exact same. I have one now.
What
Still in the bag.
was it a player jersey?
No, it just said whatever. You know what I'm talking about. It was
Yeah.
the cream one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, those are nice. Yeah.
Cream ones are the best.
No
ones.
name on the back.
No.
Yeah, no number. Just,
No.
yeah, like
Just
that,
perfect.
Classic.
It's the one like when you meet a girl on the dating app, you're like, you can wear this.
Yeah.
It's that one.
Yeah. yeah.
You
For
got
it,
multiple of them. You're not going to miss it.
no.
Yeah.
Forrest, you have to go over to KKOB to talk about more Isotopes baseball. Do you need us to update you on what's going on in the world of politics?
Yeah, what's going on? Give
right.
me a brief 30-second.
France leans left now, so
Love it.
put that on the list.
Oh, they're back.
What does that mean?
They were right for a bit.
When you say back, do you mean back in the right? They were more centrist,
Yeah.
but
But they're back to being more left.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the upper echelon of the government is. Then all like the rural places are swinging right.
Slide
got like a little-
to the left.
A little tea party thing going on in France.
So
Thank you.
Paris.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So mention that. You'll sound real smart.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Also, last week, there was a belief that the two candidates running for president of these United States,
Mhm.
we'd be better off with two new ones completely. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's
feel free
news to me.
Yeah, feel free to talk about that.
Joe Biden has a 6 handicap in golf, and Trump's is 2.
What?
Yeah,
They talked about that during a presidential debate,
and it was
That's
the
a
only
real-
time they got offended.
I mean, understandably so.
Like they were calling each other the worst people in the world,
Yeah.
left and right.
Yeah.
And then the only time they really got their panties in a twist was when
I mean,
And
the
then
golf
they,
started coming
they
up.
asked Joe Biden
Yeah.
to fill out his scorecard, but his hand was too like a trembly.
He
so
froze.
yeah, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, they didn't get their panties in a twist. They got their depends in a bundle.
It's like, well,
Yeah.
there you go. Those two things, mention those. Those are big.
yeah, all right, depends on. Yeah, I got that.
North Korea's fighting in Ukraine now.
Oh, that's a big one.
Wow.
Yeah, they're over there.
Yeah. Sheesh.
They're
Yeah.
over there.
Russia bombed a children's hospital today.
Yeah,
Oh,
Kiev.
God,
Yeah, so we got that going for us.
Man,
The world is pretty
that's some
terrible.
heavy stuff going on.
Well, you get to bring entertainment to the world, which is ice stuff, baseball.
That's
Yeah,
why
take us away from all this at
Yeah.
Rio Grande Credit Union Field at Ice
Yeah,
Stuff Park,
Sunday,
please.
all weekend giveaways. Come on down. 12 p.m. on Sunday. We changed that time from 6:05 to 12.
Nice.
So come on down on Sunday. Saturday night, Mariachi's Lowrider. Friday, dry t-shirt giveaway.
Is that by Rio Grande Credit Union?
Grand Credit Union.
Yeah,
yes.
is that them? So they bring their staffers out to hand that stuff out, and they're so enthusiastic. It's the
Oh, it's
funniest
awesome,
thing I ever
right?
It's
saw.
fun. It's fun.
They're so funny. Forrest, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Whenever we get back from the break, I'm gonna shoot hard on Hard Knocks.
Let's
I
go.
think that's gonna be fun. Also, we're gonna touch on our prize picks today. We have to still pick an I-9 varsity, and I haven't said anything positive about the YMCA in some time, and I'm earning to do it. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
The Sports Animal. one Van Nunley here, one Fred Slow there, one young Jake Cassio across the way, one Isaiah Johnson on the other side of the glass. And go ahead, sir.
Who do you guys think was making the coffee while I was gone for the last 10 days? Anyone? Did anyone in this whole building bother to make coffee? Am I the only guy that can do it?
I made some yesterday.
On the weekend?
Yes.
Okay, well, I wouldn't have been here anyways. Just drives me crazy. You guys watch Hard Knocks?
Nope. And I won't.
I am caught up, Fred, and it is a stinker.
It's the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think like the only interesting moment was the three GMs talking
You
to
don't
each
even know
other.
their names.
Brandon Beane from the Buffalo Bills,
Okay.
and the guy who
The main character from the series.
couldn't tell you his name.
Nice.
He worked in the Giants organization. I know that.
His name's Joe Shane. Keep going.
And it was they were talking about trading the Carolina pick, the 33rd pick for the 6th overall pick, which the Bills ended up taking.
Oh, even the way you're telling the story is
I know.
boring.
Yeah, that's really, it's not the most entertaining Hard Knocks.
Isaiah, did you watch this?
I have not.
And-
To be honest, I haven't watched Hard Knocks since Dallas was on there. And that's in the time before that,
That-
Dallas was also
Oh, hold
on
on. You're
there.
messing up.
It's been way better since then.
Yeah.
Ah.
It gets better every year. The original Hard Knocks, the training
Yeah.
camp to preseason Hard Knocks is compelling, must-see television.
The last two and the in-season one with the Miami Dolphins, all very good. The last bad one was the one where Jerry Jones was eating salty McMuffins or whatever he was doing.
That was like the worst Hard Knocks.
That was super. We called it soft taps on the show.
Yeah.
Wasn't it the COVID year too?
Could have. I don't recall.
It was just NFL propaganda. It wasn't Hard Knocks as we know it and love it.
This-
That was awful.
this thing.
Okay, so let me look
The
at
newest one is the worst
It's-
thing they've ever
it's-
done.
It's the worst thing HBO has ever done.
But luckily, we got the Bears one coming up to redeem
What is
Hard Knocks.
what is that?
Gonna
mean?
be fantastic.
Caleb Williams, Romo Dunze, the comeback
Oh,
to
that's
Chicago.
the training camp one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes, that will be good.
This one, the Bears will be captivating.
And
This-
then the mid-season one follows the whole AFC North.
That's not going to be good.
It's not gonna be good. It's too much.
The one it's been saturated. This thing, Van, I'm going to describe it to you. You know how Hard Knocks works, right?
Yes.
Opening drone shot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You know what Cityscape? You don't need to show me HBO. You know what Cityscape? The entire world doesn't have to see because they're incredibly familiar with it.
Mm.
The Cityscape of New Jersey, because that's where the Giants play. So they do this drone thing, and it's Liv Schreiber.
Legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just reading like Bill Parcells quotes from when the Giants used to be good in the 80s.
What was it? Parcells or Andrew Tate? We'll never know.
Well, it could be
Yeah.
either. Yeah.
Could be either. Both
Yeah.
motivational.
This is why you spend all the time in the weight room. This is why you lift those damn weights. So every shot, this is real. They room of coaches. By the way, if you've ever been in a room of football coaches, we're not talking about the highest IQ individuals of all time. We're not talking about
Yeah.
savants here.
There's a reason they say football IQ, not just
Correct.
IQ. Yeah.
So
At least they know the game.
they do know the game. So it's a wide shot of all of them, and there's only one talking head. It's some scout guy, because the rest of these dudes can't articulate a sentence without the F bomb.
And he's like a scout guy that's been there for like 20 years.
Yeah.
Very seasoned.
Sucks. So he's like he's going on a diatribe. He's like, well, we look at the school they went to, we look at the state they were born in, we look at their bank accounts. That's a big one. We got to make sure we know how much money they have. We look at their criminal records. He just runs the list. And I'm watching it with my lady, and she goes, is he just naming people's names and then naming numbers? Is that this whole segment? And I'm like, that's the whole segment.
That's his whole job.
Is he's just giving a verbal roster. And Van, there's 12 dudes in this room. No one else is talking.
Or taking notes.
Nothing. They're just sitting there like, we
Yeah.
know this is for TV.
Yeah.
Like, and
They're like, oh, here goes Rick again.
This could have been an email.
saying numbers out loud.
and then his boss, this Joe Shanecat, is like, oh man, we're gonna have to. And he does furrowed brow. He does
Yeah.
pincher with your index finger and
Sure.
thumb over to the bridge of your nose. He goes, Saquon.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense when we franchise tag him and trade him and all. He was so distraught over that trade.
And he kept calling. What's the name of the quarterback?
Daniel Jones.
Yeah. Jake Jones.
He kept bringing up how much money he makes.
Just kept calling him Mr. 40 million.
Yeah. I'm like, if you didn't want to pay him, don't give him the money.
So instead of like putting Mr. 40 million on there and being like, hey, you know, they just call you Mr. 40 million. Like they don't even really like have any love or respect for you. And then instead of putting a camera on Saquon Barkley at all, they're not like, hey, Saquon, would you rather stay in New York? Or hey, Saquon, would you like to explore you don't get any of the player perspective. It's just two millionaires sitting around talking about other millionaires. And then, so anyways, as it's advancing, you get to the end of the episode and you go, I think the best segment was when this guy was talking about eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And that's not a punchline.
That is what his wife made him.
Yeah, the algorithm forced that scene on me where they're talking about Saquon Barkley's contract or re-up him or not. And I was like, this is the one they chose? This is the best that they could do? This is what you're advertising to me?
It just looked
You're
like
trying to get me to watch with this clip? No, I'm not watching this garbage.
A bunch of me and my friends sitting around talking about our fantasy football team.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
And literally just going on the ESPN trade machine and go, yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Hard Knocks has more spinoffs than The Walking Dead. It's too much. No one asked for it. We don't want it.
I gotta
just make the real one good.
I gotta defend my Cowboys.
What?
Why?
We're in hard. It's about Hard Knocks.
Oh,
I
okay.
Of course, knowing me with the computer in front of me.
Sure.
I research top 10 Hard Knocks of all time.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8, 2021 Dallas Cowboys. Number 6, 2008 Dallas Cowboys. The only team on the list twice. Shocker to nobody. Because we're America's
voting?
Team.
Yeah.
It's Pro Football. It's Pro Football Network.
Oh, so losers.
No, Pro Football Network. Number 1, number 2 is the Indianapolis.
I have to Google what Pro Football Network is. Hold on.
Like not PFF, right?
No.
Okay.
Number
that's
2
the
is
only one that
okay,
counts.
but do you guys agree with this? Number 2 is the 2022 Detroit Lions.
I don't remember.
I agree.
That was a good one.
And number 1 is the 2010 New York Jets with Rex Ryan.
The individuals who would take the time.
A lot of foot talk that year.
Oh, gosh.
A lot of talking about the feet.
Let's go eat it.
The individuals who would take the time to vote in this poll are exactly what Dallas Cowboy fans are.
Sure.
Also, I just pulled up profootballnetwork.com, which I have zero affiliation with. The top 3 stories on it are all Dallas Cowboy stories. So
we know the guy who's right.
I think we see it.
Smart people.
He's wearing jorts just like Van with
Smart.
University Blue 13 Jordans on.
In this climate?
And then Emmitt Smith jersey where the numbers all faded out in the middle.
It's like one of those mesh ones too. That's like one of the cheap Reebok ones.
As quick as we can, I see the phone lines are lighting up. Is this Hard Knocks related or no?
He says he's just an upset sports fan in Albuquerque.
Oh, okay. Yeah, wait.
So it's pretty.
Let's
broad.
go. Welcome to the show, friend of the show, Robert. We're also upset about the lack of sports in Albuquerque. What's going on?
Oh, okay. Well, I hadn't been listening prior, but no, I just wanted to comment on the situation. I think we all know that here in Albuquerque, all of our sports facilities are antiquated. UNM, I grew up here spent many years here, and UNM is probably 50 years old. The steps are about 18 inches tall, and I think in the past I've heard of several people falling and hurting themselves on those steps. It's antiquated and needs to be taken down. Tingley Coliseum is the same way. It's going to fall in on people here one of these days. It's been there 45 years.
University Stadium was built in 1960, Robert.
Wow. See, that's what I mean. It's
64
crazy
years.
how and it relates back to the UNM, to the bowl game that we sponsor annually. My brother was here from Indiana, and he went to the game here at UNM Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why it took so long for the fans to be allowed into the stadium. I think it had to do with the magnetometers, but they got in after the first quarter was over. But I call Albuquerque a one-horse town for that reason. We haven't seemed to progress in any regard as far as the sports venues. It's just a shame. And now they want to shut down the facility for the New Mexico United. That's the best thing going here in Albuquerque. And it has been for a long time, ever since 2019 when they started playing here. I don't know what it's going to take. What I'm going to suggest is maybe, they're making millions of dollars off of that marijuana tax money. I think we ought to use some of that tax money to improve our sports facilities here in our state of New Mexico. You guys have a great day and keep up the good work.
Thank you, brother. I think that marijuana money goes to infrastructure. Is that right?
Infrastructure of schools.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. The
Pit's getting a new jumbotron. I know that much.
12% is what goes into marijuana tax sales.
With you think with the common age of Lobo basketball fans, they would make it more accessible?
The
But I mean,
jumbotron.
But it's literally a pit. Like, it's not just named a pit because of the Lobos. It's literally a pit in the ground. You go in and down, and the only way to go down is stairs. So unless you're going to take out some seats and put in some escalators, I don't know the answer. And by the way, like, the pit is unique and different, and it's like an iconic sports venue here in Albuquerque.
In
And
college
I think,
basketball.
yeah, I think we're kind of lucky to have it. But I also, Robert, new friend of the show, would like to see some upgrades in all of the stadiums.
For the record, $40 million in cannabis excise tax has gone into the state general fund and local governments as of September of 23. Municipalities receive 1/3 of the excise tax generated through recreational cannabis sales. The rest goes to the state. So there you go. So that $47 million that went to general fund, add another, I guess it would be 15 million ish, which has also gone to munis.
Good math.
So there you go. Math's hard, dude.
Yeah, it wasn't my subject.
Yeah, 15-3. This is what it would be. The conversation right now is this realignment in college football, and like you have to have like spending amounts and all this kind of stuff to be able to be in certain big conferences or whatever. UNM's just not there. I think UNM spends like, I'm going to give you a fake number. This is off the top of my head. $40 million a year on athletics. And you're like, Freddie, that's like a lot of money. It's not.
In comparison,
No.
nothing. That's some schools' NIL money.
Right. That's what football only gets in,
Sure.
Washington State, which is where I went. The only way to get a better stadium is to get a better conference and to get a better TV deal. That's it. TV money is what makes this stuff go around.
Did you see Oregon State and Washington State said, like, if conference realignment happened with the Mountain West, they'd only want to be the Pac-8?
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and the Lobos were
outside looking in.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Welcome to the WAC.
Yeah.
And we run into another catch-22 is fans want a better product. They want Lobo football to be better. I'll go if they're winning. I'll go if they're competitive. I'll go if the stadium's nicer.
Mm-hmm.
The only way you can infuse money is you show up, you spend money, you support the program. It's not just going to magically get better. You, Lobo fan, have to do it yourself.
You got to be there for the hard times and the good times.
I feel like you got to win. Like, hot times. Winning definitely fixes all those issues.
Let's see what Bronco can do.
Well, he's currently the least winningest coach in the history of New Mexico Lobo football. He's never won a game.
I heard him talking earlier this morning. It sounds like he cares about relating to his players and making them feel respected. So hopefully that helps. That's what he says. That's important for a coach, in my opinion.
I don't know about his football beliefs, but I know about his religious. And it's a different world over there.
Oh, not a lot of common ground there.
It's a different world. Isaiah, look up what the Mormons think about black guys. Look that up. It's 2 Men On. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Number 2, men on, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle,
Amory Castillo. This is Two Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
Mike's hot.
Yeah. You know, this song you can get a paper cut to. You know, something you can lay back, enjoy the leather seats. You did. Hey. Hustle all the time, yeah. I ain't hard to find. No, I'm always on the grind with some money on my mind, but I like it.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to Two Men On. You guys do your prize picks today?
I got some hot boys sitting out right now.
Promo code KNML will match your deposit up to $100 of a deposit. Whenever you put in your first deposit, we'll give you up to $100 on that deposit.
Woo.
Come play with us. I'm over the several $1,000 mark in winnings, boys.
Samesies.
Yeah, real happy about that.
I am not.
Zay?
Let me see what my total is. I've had bad luck recently, but I did pretty good last football season. So.
What, you were eating eggs and bacon for 3 days
Yeah,
straight, you
dude.
said?
Yeah, dude. I looked at the bank account. I was like, oh, all right.
Did
I don't
you
have to make this up in groceries?
Did you go to Prize Picks to try to win yourself better breakfast?
No, see, that's what got me in the hole in the first place was that strategy.
Well, it's because you quit and gave up. You could have gone further. You know, the best gamblers quit right before they're about to hit.
Yeah, dude. I'm looking at all my past ones. Baseball has just been killing me.
I don't believe in betting on baseball until October.
Oh,
interesting.
I need a little help with the tennis, boys. You know, it's that time of year. I don't love tennis. Like, I've never, I don't know, fancied it.
Right.
But Wimbledon, that's that's a spectacle.
Yeah.
That's another energy.
Look, if Jay-Z and Beyonce are going to show up and go to it, it's got to be important.
Well, it's also because nothing else is on the sports world at that time.
There's that.
There's
as well.
baseball.
Yeah. Summer League basketball. What's Scottie Pippen Jr. doing?
He's playing in the Summer League. Good for him. Bronny James had 4 points.
Oh, they had a knee. All right, help me with my prize picks. I'm setting a lineup right now. So there's a protected play right now on the prize picks for Wimbledon tennis. I'm going to jump in, so I need your help. So I'm going to play just the first 6 games that I can play. So I want give me the 6:30 tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Give me the 7:15 tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Like 6 a.m.?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So I've hit a tennis this past weekend.
Oh, congratulations.
And let me tell you my strategy.
Okay.
What I do is I go through all the groups of statistics, and whoever has the most of whatever it is,
press less.
I pick less.
All right, I'm doing.
And it works.
Oh, that's gonna leave me a little anxious.
I believe on placing lineups on the hardest name to pronounce.
Super smart.
Yeah, and then I just pick them more.
All right, so I just took Van's advice.
It's super good advice.
Oh gosh, that's
winning
scary.
advice.
It's protected, so
They have a fantasy
do
score
a
for
protected
tennis.
boyo.
Do you see that, Fred? With fantasy tennis?
Yeah, I have no idea how any of that would work. So
I
total games.
took Medvedev less 13 aces.
Hold on, let me go
and
to aces. Hold
Coco
on.
Gauff less
These
break
aren't current-
points
hey,
one,
friend of the show.
and I hit.
Do not listen to Van. He's just being braggadocious.
I'm telling you what it's a winning
are not
strategy.
current numbers.
I have receipts.
These are not current numbers right here.
Take Angel Reese on double doubles, the PAR. Just take more. She's been lighting it up.
See, all these tennis ones, they start in tomorrow morning. See, I feel like that's bad luck.
That's what I'm. No, it's good. It's in Wimbledon.
It's always good to wake up to
This
a
is
green.
skill.
That would be nice.
All right, so I'm taking
Carlos Alcaraz less than 9 aces. Do that one.
All right, I'm taking Carlos Alcaraz less than 9 aces. Now, hold on. I think I had him in total games at 38.5, and I like that better. So I'm getting rid of yours, and I'm sticking with my 38.5.
And then Donna Vechik less than 4.5 break points won.
All right, I do like that one.
And I'll put my money where my
Does
mouth is, and I'll join you in.
Is Federer and Nadal still playing tennis, or are they done? Because I don't see their
They're
names.
not playing.
Federer's done for sure. Nadal, maybe.
All right, so I'm pulling this out here. So you guys, I can't pick Taylor Fritz twice. All right, hold
Take
on.
him less though on total games.
I did take him less on total games.
Okay, good. Because that profile picture that has a smile of confidence.
Yeah,
Okay.
I hate that dude's confidence. So
Also, tonight, much like tennis, when I do WNBA, whoever has the most points, rebounds, and assists, I go less. And I got Kayla McBride less than 22.5 points, rebounds, and assists tonight. And I have Chris Paddock Jr. of the Minnesota Twins having more than 3.5 strikeouts.
all right, I have my lineup submitted.
He's pitching against the White Sox, and they suck. They're going to strike out a lot.
Donnie Vekic, I have her at less than 4.5 break points. Taylor Fritz, less than 40.5 total games.
Mm-hmm.
Carlos Alcaraz, less than 38.5 total games. And Jannik Sinner, less than 38.5 total games. So I only went with a 4Z.
You should sprinkle some summer league in there.
It's again, and I can't stress this to you enough, it's tennis. It's protected play.
Oh, it is.
Tennis only.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because as far as Van's MLBs, I'm going to start tailing those.
You should. Your boy's in the black.
Well, I'm definitely in the black on MLB. But I didn't play while I was out of town. I had a lot of stuff going on, but I played yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So winner yesterday.
Oh boy.
Also, I play when we're not just on the air. Like I kind of I enjoy it. It's like a fun thing.
Correct.
It's the best.
Well, a friend of the show, you all know when I'm doing my research, I'm on the toilet in the morning.
So
and
that's
I get
when
a
you
lot.
text the
I
group
get
chat.
a lot of good prize picking on. Yeah. Yep. That's when I do a lot of my correspondence.
Okay. Yeah. I look forward to whoever upsets your lineup text.
I do like watching you fail.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
I'm big on that, dude.
I'm still in the black over the weekend, but I started airing my grievances in the 2 Men On text thread and putting my 1 strikeout away losses. Like I'd hit 4, 5, 3 of my lineups, and there'd be one single solitary person that doesn't match their total, and it's 1 strikeout away, and I get very angry.
I get angry for you.
Thank you.
I enjoy.
That's why I share it with you.
Yeah, because that rage that you're feeling, I'm an empath. I'm feeling it as well.
505-246-0610, the Sports Animal Hotline. Welcome to the show, friend of the show, Speech.
What's happening?
Oh, we're just doing it.
Now, last time I talked, you had said you watched the movie Angel Heart.
That's correct,
and
my friend.
I wanted to get your take on that movie.
Thank you for the suggestion. It was an amazing movie. The cinematography was a 10. The acting and the dialogue was
Is that the devil
a
movie
9.
from the 80s?
Yes, it was.
Mickey Rourke?
Yeah, this movie is weird.
The only problem is the ending wasn't good.
You can spoil. It came out in 87.
Yeah, the ending wasn't good. Besides that,
well,
it was beautiful.
The ending, I think, was if you made a deal with the devil, there's no way getting around it. You're going to have to pay the piper.
Well, the deal with the devil for me would have been Lisa Bonet in 1987.
Sure.
I tell you what.
I'm in. I'm in.
Well, that role got her kicked off the Cosby Show.
Well, got to put on my radar.
Mm-hmm.
I could do everything wrong in my life if I had one good night with her. That would have been the thing in 87. She was.
The most devilish part of this movie was De Niro with a beard.
That was pretty sweet too.
It wasn't
And
a
the
real
fingernails?
beard. That wasn't a real beard.
Yeah, you can't grow it. He's
Now,
Italian.
how about the part where, De Niro was rolling the eggshell
So
with
creepy.
his hand,
So
and it cracked, and he ate it in front of Mickey Rourke. It was like, I'm eating your soul.
Yeah, it was beautifully done. Everything except for just the last scene was perfect. I literally said, old man in my rocking chair on my front porch, they don't make movies like this anymore. The attention,
Well-
the detail, and the cinematography, and the way the music matched the mood of every scene, it was brilliantly done. Thank you for the suggestion.
Beach, give me one more suggestion on a movie because I'm
Now-
trying to change my lifestyle.
One more suggestion. Well, okay, I love Dirty Harry.
Yeah, good answer.
Not as good as Angel Heart.
True. But I wanted to talk to you about this. I mean, just before the break, you had asked, look up Mormons and what they think of black people.
Yep.
And I just looked at it, and I mean, that's a messed up religion, because I mean, they're kind of racist. I mean, they believe the black is like the mark of Cain on them.
There you go.
Quick research there, Speech.
And they won't let black people be priests.
Oh, okay. Well, let me correct you, because they finally changed their ways all the way in 2013. They finally came around.
10 years ago, they got over that, Isaiah. In your lifetime.
Yeah.
Joseph Smith and Brigham Young were like, well, you know what? The curse.
They're not that bad.
They're the cursed. Ugh.
Hasn't affected my lifestyle. Not that I believe.
Speech, good call, brother.
Okay, I'll give you a real good movie.
Oh, good.
It's a Japanese movie.
Oh, God.
Called I Saw the Devil.
I think
A lot
I've seen
of devil
that.
references.
I may have seen that one.
You're gonna love it. It's about a Japanese guy and this hitchhiker killed his family,
Don't
and he
spoil
takes
it.
revenge on him.
All right. This is a good call. Also, Isaiah, I Saw the Devil, I think, was the biopic about you and your last relationship. That's where you got confused.
Okay, based off the title, I'll agree with you.
Speech, good call.
Well, check it out, and I will call you back. And yeah,
Yep. Yes.
I'll get your review on it.
Okay.
Bye.
It's got great reviews.
He's so nice.
I don't like horror movies.
I don't know how to hang
It's
up this
very,
thing.
Is
very
that on
rarely,
Netflix?
very rarely do
I
I,
don't watch them
enjoy
either.
a horror movie.
Zombie. I'll do zombie. But
Zombie movies are sick.
yeah, because that's more of like a social commentary. But like stuff with ghosts and stuff, not for me.
Miss me with
Miss
that.
me.
Why?
Ghosts aren't real.
Well, I don't like torture movies either.
Oh, not a Saw guy?
No,
You don't
that's the
wanna
only
play a
movie I
game?
ever walked out on was that one. I've been doing this thing with my lady where since my dad died, we've been watching movies that my dad liked. Like that's
cool.
So we were watching last night. We were watching Naked Gun.
Oh, sweet.
Legendary.
Yeah, very fun. So all right, today's I9 Varsities. The I9 Varsity movies our dads liked.
Okay. Naked Gun would be on that list for me as well.
We got some overlap. That's good.
I9 Varsity movies our dads liked.
Oh, that's easy.
So we'll do that at some point today. I said like or liked because I use past tense now.
You have to now.
I have to now.
Mhm.
Ugh. That sucks for Freddie. That sucks for me. Speech is too funny.
I like that he did a different translation, because there actually is a tab here. It says Mormons and black people here. And all of the websites, it was just a little too deep for me. I'm like, yeah, I'm not really trying to.
Just if you want to learn about the teachings about the curse of Cain, they got it right there for you. They don't.
Historically, you couldn't be a preacher, and then also historically, you couldn't even be part of the religion unless you could have more than 5 yards of carry for
Only if Steve Young gave you the blessing, you were fine.
Or you're a Polynesian lineman.
Well, that's an interesting one.
They're fine.
Well, hold up.
No, that's a gray area.
Because it depends what you're reading. Is it black skin or dark skin? Because that's what they think.
It says black people.
Ooh.
Oh, so Polynesians are in.
Yeah, they're not as cursed. It's a weird religion.
They liked the ocean vibes too much.
Well, it was easy because you go over there, and this is going to sound like a punchline. It's not a punchline. You go over there after World War II, and the entire island's addicted to spam.
Yeah.
And you show up with armfuls of spam.
White man's burden.
100%. And they're like, hey, you can have some of our spam, which by the way is somewhat, we flavor it.
Yeah.
Like, it's flavored like whatever.
We have maple flavor.
Yeah, and pineapple. And they're like, we already have pineapple. They're like, no, we have the better one.
We got pineapple and spam.
84% of Mormons are white and non-Hispanic.
Oh, 100%. That's true.
That's low.
Yeah.
That seems low. Seems way low.
So the 16% is just Polynesian.
Probably. Fred, when we went to Hawaii, like there's a lot of things that I was like, dude, you got to see this. Dude, you got to see this. Dude, you got to see this waterfall. And you're like, oh my God, I got to see Pearl Harbor. I was like, no, but first we're going to the grocery store and you're looking at the Spam section. It is majestic.
And it was probably like $15 a can.
There's 30 different types of Spam there. It is wild.
I had a Spam breakfast at a McDonald's and I was like, not that bad.
Yeah.
Like I could do it.
There's a Hawaiian barbecue joint out here that does a really good Spam.
Yeah. Gas station musabi is like the best.
Was there green chili Spam?
That I don't know.
No one eats that.
That's us, babe. That's just us, baby.
My co-host of Going Over, which you can hear on the weekends at 9 a.m. immediately following Filling Your Holes.
Filling the holes. By the way, rave reviews on episode 0. Thanks, friend of the show.
It's so funny. Your golf show on the weekends and my wrestling show on the weekends is a fitting. It's just incredibly fitting.
They kind of slide right into each other.
Well, and with our story having started here on the weekends so many years ago,
sure.
And because we've heard that feedback forever, like that audience, we're like, hey, we miss you. Like our weekend mornings, aren't what they were. Here we go. Like golf and pro wrestling. Let's go.
8 o'clock Saturday morning. You get me, Jay Choi, and Max Machado talking golf. And then right after that, you get Fred Slow and Saleh Taylor talking wrestling.
Who is the best Samoan cook you've ever met, by the way?
You'd be accepted.
I was double booked. I missed the last cookout. It was
Oh my
a bummer.
gosh. Hey, when my Samoan friend Saleh Taylor like cooks for you over like an open flame, like it's done. Like none of us know how to cook.
Yeah, and his chef special lady.
That's 100%
goodness. What a combo.
They're living the good life. Speaking of, let's get political when we get back because France has new leadership and I have concerns about the upcoming Olympics. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
She's got the black heels on and wears the lacy but on. She thinks some nails and she wears those pearls tonight. She wants to get it and go, wants to go to the show to show off her hips like a Melrose show. She's just
All right. We're going to give you the AP version of what happened, and then we're going to get real speculative, okay? So, the president of France is a cat named Manny Macron.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a centrist. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So, he recently, he gone. So, it's going to go leftist, okay? So, what traditionally happens is the prime minister steps down the Monday after the Sunday election. France votes in multiple Sundays in a row. It's a multiple party system, but it's like a 3-party system. Think left, center, right. And that's like on left is kind of what it is here. You know, it's a lot of entitlement programs, a lot of access for people to live really comfortably.
Yeah.
The right is only take care of yourself and the people you choose to take care of.
Yeah,
And the center is, can't we just be level-headed?
I got a comp for you.
Oh, go ahead.
Left is Bernie Sanders. Center is Joe Biden. Right is Mitch McConnell. And then on the other side of that will be 45.
That's very good.
I think that's about the way it goes there.
Not RFK for the middle.
No. He's just some random dude that like got lost on the subway.
He's the one party that's just like
sure. Yeah.
So normally France turns over on that following Monday, right?
As is tradition.
As is tradition.
As everybody knows.
Yeah. So thank you. So this shock victory of the left in all these different ways. So all these rising nations come in, but the Olympics are in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks. End of the month. They're at the end of the month. And I think the number I read was, as far as like safety and security individuals, it's like a 4-to-1 ratio to athletes or something. There's way more government and private security than there is like participants in the games. So you have to hold on to like your current leadership. Otherwise, like what happens to the Olympics, boys?
Yeah, no, I agree here. Like for stability, for ease of access. I mean, the people who've been putting it together for the last decade should probably hang on for 2 more weeks. Like, guys,
I'm sure nothing's going to change.
Yeah, everybody, you voted, you did your civic duty. I mean, there's going to be a few changes here and there, but just 2 weeks later than normal, it'll be fine.
Well, Macron got the easy end of the deal. He was supposed to swim in the river.
Well, all right. So there's like an interesting thing here. So he's still the dude, but the house is like different, but like his power is gone.
Right.
Like the way that
He's just like a figurehead right now.
I mean, who isn't in these things?
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, he's like, what's the best way to say this?
Lame duck.
Yeah, kind of. In the way it's laid out now, because like I said, it's like a 3-party thing. So the 3-party thing, like, you know, when you look at a picture of like your congressman or your state rep and it's the little circles and there's 3 colors there, you know, so it's not like any of them have a majority. So you don't really know what's going to happen next ever, which is terrifying for that country. But it's not the big win that the far right expected to have. And that was kind of a little bit of a weird thing, not to really super talk about politics, but in all these regional like runoff elections and stuff, the left and the center were dropping out one or the other. And then like those voters would go to the other party. So it didn't really represent all these polls.
Sure.
Yeah, it was kind of a wild move to game the upcoming so that the far right didn't come out in the droves that they you would have thought. Politics is crazy right now. But the Olympics, I mean, they need help.
I mean, all that matters is if the United States wins basketball.
That right?
Yeah, that's all that's all it is.
Oh man, you're gonna hate hearing this, boys.
Oh, don't say it.
I think Victor Wembanyama can beat USA by his damn self at home in France. Let the dude play 40 minutes against United States of America,
Well,
he can take on 5 dudes.
it's not just Victor. You got to count in Frank Nicolina.
No, you don't.
Yeah, he's
No.
he's the real glue piece of that team.
It's Wembayama versus the world.
My prediction is Steph shatters records this summer.
Last go round.
It's his first go round. He's never played in this.
Mhm. Steph's gonna absolutely tear this thing up. You got Steph, who is gonna get so many looks he could never even dream of getting. You can't double him, or else someone else is gonna go insane, and LeBron's gonna give him the ball exactly where he wants it.
It's the most old head team I've ever seen. Like,
Yeah.
there's like no young blood on this
Well,
thing.
to me, this is reminiscent of the first Dream Team.
No,
This is more like the Redeem Team.
Who's the best? Who's the between those three this year? Redeem Team and Dream Team.
Stop.
Redeem Team.
No.
Give me
Stop,
Redeem.
you idiots.
Redeem. I think the Dream
Yeah.
Team. Some of those guys are older. And I don't
Every
think-
single one of those dudes is in the NBA like Hall of Fame.
Well, the
Every
Redeem
single
Team
one.
Except
didn't
for
have
Christian
a
Laettner.
college play. Yeah.
He's part of the Dream Team, which was in. So
they're a little
Same with
older.
the
though.
Redeem Team. Everybody on the Redeem Team was,
Yeah, the
except
Redeem-
for Deron Williams.
the big difference in the Redeem Team is I have to Google what that is.
Mhm.
Oh, stop it.
Here's why we should be most excited about the Olympics, because every 4 years we get to see Patty Mills ball out again.
Sure.
Australia is here.
Well, and then you know who the real country to watch this Olympics is? Puerto Rico. They just qualified in, and Jose Alvarado and his head coach
Is
for
that a drink?
Puerto Rico. No, it's an island.
No.
Jose Alvarado.
Thank you. I'm looking up their roster. I saw that Luca's out. Did you guys see that?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
of course he is.
Yeah. So where's he from? Slovenia. They didn't make it.
Well, if the former nation of Yugoslavia was still a country,
Combine 'em
they
together.
would
They'd be stacked.
Yeah.
they would dominate.
Yeah.
I saw Antin Bakupo.
You got so close.
Antetokounmpo.
Or is, now
Giannis
are both the brothers on the team?
I'm
good
sure all
question.
5 of them are.
Oh, there's 5 of them.
I think there's 3. I thought there was
Croatia.
There's 3 in the NBA, but there's a couple more.
Is that where your boy crush Andrew Tate lives now?
Oh, goodness.
Romania didn't qualify.
Romanian sports.
I don't even know what Romanian sports are. They probably have a
Me
weird
either.
game.
Gymnastics they crush.
Oh, they do that one.
Yeah.
They're super
Bulgarian
good.
back
I
twists.
think that's it.
That's the one I get up for is gymnastics. I care nothing about gymnastics until the Olympics, and I'm like, I know I can judge a floor exercise.
I'll care about gymnastics when Livy Dunn's participating.
All right, let me look up who that
We
is.
care more.
Livy Dunn is a gymnast at LSU.
Okay,
and she
she's
is a-
not on the team.
No,
Oh, this
she's,
girl's a model.
yes, she's a TikTok sensation.
Hmm.
She was
also
invited
was
to the
making-
white party.
Better known as Paul Skeen's girlfriend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
you might know her as the real athlete's girlfriend.
She just,
Congratulations to him.
she just posted on her social
You ain't
media
lying, Jake.
that she's not done yet.
Yeah, she's coming back for her 5th year.
DUNNE. She's not done.
Pretty
yet.
good marketing right there,
If
huh?
you didn't know who she was, you're like, what is she not Dooney with?
She did watch Dune.
I didn't like that one that you just gave me.
Thanks.
Was she cool after Paul Skeens made the All-Star game? Did she like?
She did like a little celebration and got like a bunch of balloons that said All Star on it and a pizza and a bottle of champagne.
Was as far as lame celebrations go, was Smash Mouth not available? Could
Yeah.
she not get him?
Yeah. Was
I think he's
it
dead.
casual Friday at your office? Was it a pizza party?
She just got back from the white party.
No, she just got back from Party Magic where she picked up these balloons. It's not called Party Magic here. I blew that joke. What's it called?
Party City.
Party
Party
City.
City.
That's what I was
It's a Party
thinking.
City.
Maybe I'm thinking of the hometown.
Nah, that's my hometown one. Party Magic. All right. Well, good for Paul Skeens and his super pretty girlfriend. I can't wait for the fame at a young age to ruin them. Cool. All right. Well, France is keeping their leadership in at least until the Olympics. So there you go.
I think that's the smart play. Like the conspiracy theorists there, like they're using this as an excuse for a takeover.
Uh-huh.
They're not going to leave office. First it's the Olympics, and next thing you know, it's a flash flood or whatever they say.
Yeah, and then the guillotines are going to be coming out again.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Revolution. That's all
No.
they know how to do is wave the white flag and have a revolt.
I don't know where to start correcting that, but
Okay.
Hey, Fred, how do you feel about the U20 football team getting smoked? by Japan and Australia.
I remember you sending me that link, and I definitely filed it under stuff I didn't know existed.
Yeah, well, I don't
not
have
many
faith
do.
for American football.
Well, American football parent is getting real smart. They're letting their kids play soccer and baseball and stuff. Like it's good. Go do or the cricket team is really good now. Like we're doing other things.
Our rugby team, the sevens team, we're
Pretty good?
Great. Oh yeah.
How about lacrosse?
I don't know enough about it.
Is lacrosse in the Olympics?
That's a good question.
I think it's in the 2028 or 6 Olympics. Whenever we have it.
When I watch lacrosse, I just imagine like when they launch the ball at the goal. Just what if it hits you like in the shin? Like they don't have shin guards on or anything.
That's awesome.
It'll be back in 2028. That's correct.
Okay.
They take off whenever they get uncompetitive. So when it's just like a steamroller, they're like except for the money making ones.
Yeah, like basketball.
That one they'll always have.
Yeah, the only one that counts.
Handball, I believe, is in. Have you guys ever watched that?
Yeah, it's riveting. Could you
It's
imagine
super good.
if we made a team of just quarterbacks for our handball team?
You
how
think
good
quarterbacks are athletic?
they can throw?
Oh my god, dude. We're not talking about Randall Ells. We're talking about Josh Allen's.
Isn't handball just like racquetball without rackets?
There's a goal.
Is there another handball?
Yeah, there's another. I see what you're doing.
That's wall ball.
Yeah, that's wall ball.
Where you throw it at the back of someone's.
No, I'm not
head.
talking about what we did in elementary school. I'm talking about the sport.
Handball is like 5-on-5, and there's like a 3-point line, but it's just the throw from behind.
I got you.
It's basketball,
Yeah.
soccer.
Yeah. I'm with you now.
But you have to dribble too, and then they use sticky tack.
Yeah, I'm with you. on
That's
this
a big part of it.
I didn't know it was
they
called
allow
handball.
PEDs.
Well, I don't know about PEDs.
They're adding sport climbing in.
So that's been in the mix for a minute too. And that's a weird one because there's multiples because you get a timing, but there's also like a style judge. So, I mean, there's anything with a judge has controversy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, no such thing as a 10 out of 10.
There's, one time.
Yeah.
Mary Lou Retton.
Thank God.
That's the one.
I thought the sport of handball had a different name, and I Googled what's another name for handball, and Google, in its wisdom, answered handball. Thank you for that.
The ones, actually, let's do that when we get back because the list of Summer Olympic sports is probably not the list that you think it is.
Sure.
And we'll tell you more about it after the break. Sorry, we're bumping WNBA rookies. Oh, bummer. It's 2 Men On. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. 6 o'clock on the dot. Today's I-9 Varsity. The I-9 Varsity movies our dads like or liked.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're talking about the Olympics a little bit, which is my absolute favorite topic. Every 4 years to get excited about something you've never been excited about is the best to me. Like, you get to learn it. You turn on equestrian at the Olympics and you're like,
wow,
pretty good.
I didn't know Lisa Marakova was so good at horse racing.
She's got it. She's got it.
There's some cool sports this Olympics.
There are some cool ones. You know, I'm in on cycling, BMX, racing. Like, that one works for me. I don't necessarily know about the freestyle because I don't know enough about
like the style points and all that.
Yeah, that stuff I don't super get.
The skateboarding one is going to be awesome.
It will be awesome.
And it's a shame that Tony Hawk didn't get his chance.
I think Tony's doing all right.
He's okay. He's okay.
Well, yeah, he's got a game.
Except for no one knows what he looks like. Besides that,
the world's greatest skateboarders will face each other at the Olympic Games, competing in the two most popular and spectacular disciplines, park and street. Athletes must carry out their most impressive tricks, meeting criteria for degree of difficulty, speed, and range of moves. The events consist of 2 rounds, and that's obviously prelims and finals. So look to see that action in a park. I watched a video the other day of a 9-year-old.
Yeah.
Doing 3 back-to-back 900s. And if you are me and Van's age, when Tony Hawk hit the 900, we all jumped out of our seats. And this 9-year-old kid just hits 3 in a row. And then Van, this kid, did not win the competition. Somebody else won. They were like, you didn't do enough varied moves.
yeah, because somebody hit a 1080.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, sorry, 900 kid.
3 back-to-back 900s.
Yeah, he had some composure out there too.
I thought it was a girl. I don't even know. That's why I said kid.
The future of skating is bright.
Also, when young kids have long hair, I don't know.
You can't tell. I had long hair as a child.
Yeah.
And I was mistaken as a lady.
All right. Now, Isaiah, welcome back to the program. How many rhythmic gymnastics have you watched?
A couple.
Yeah, same.
Every 4 years.
Michaela Maroney.
I'm a big ribbon guy.
So Michaela Maroney.
If you can work those ribbons, you got my vote.
More than the ball?
Yes.
Now you're talking about apparatus, just so we're using the appropriate.
Thanks for that.
Ribbon, hoop, ball, clubs.
Mm-hmm.
Count it.
No, like baton, like spinning baton, like
There are only 4 apparatuses: ribbon, hoop, ball, clubs.
Okay. I've never watched this event.
It's women only. That's why, because you have a bias.
No, I watch sand volleyball.
Men play that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I watch the women's.
Rhythmic gymnastics, which has always been a women only event, made its debut in the 96 Olympics, which is where I fell in love with it.
As one does.
Russia usually wins. Are you guys letting Russia be in the Olympics? Is that
well, it's the federation.
Because they're back as a group now.
Yeah, it's not Russia.
Yeah, it was the coalition of displaced athletes whose names end in golf.
Or have way too many consonants. There's going to be breakdancing too this Olympics, which is going to be interesting.
I saw that.
It's just called breaking, to be clear.
Yeah, but it's breakdancing.
Anyone who takes their hat off and does a spin around it gets extra points for me. If you come out and do only Booker T moves, I'm like,
now hold on. What if you do the spin and keep your hat on the whole time?
Even cooler.
That's more impressive.
So I don't know if this was like this in your guys' neighborhoods, but you know the little button at the top of their hats?
Mm-hmm.
So where I grew up and people would break, they would take that little button off.
Gotta.
Have to.
Yeah.
You have a button on top of your hat?
You had to check. He had to physically check. He didn't know if he had a button or not.
I'm pretty sure the button is universal.
Then you take it off if you're a breaker.
Sure.
And not a breaker.
You don't want to damage your fontanelle.
I want to see someone dance with a broom like the good old fashioned movie Breakin'.
Oh, you're talking about Mary Poppins. That was when they danced with the broom.
Do they
Shim
get to?
shimmeroo,
I
shim
believe that's an
shim,
umbrella.
shim shim, cherie.
Don't
they
tell
get
me
to
you guys
br-
haven't seen Breakin'.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, same.
What?
Is that a movie about an intruder?
It's a breakdancing movie from the 80s.
It's one of the
And
few movies where the sequel is better. Breakin' 2, Electric Boogaloo,
my,
legendary
Nice.
cinematic experience.
my father agrees. A little foreshadow
Boom.
for the I-9.
Okay.
Do you guys feel that like Legolas and like Robin Hood suck after you watch the archery at the Olympics?
No,
More of a Hawkeye guy.
You feel like Cupid don't have no skills?
but they get like holographic like aim like assistant things on their bows and all that.
Aim
And
assist.
Let's consider my dating history. Cupid has missed a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's not the guy.
like a lot.
Who's the what's the name of that brunette girl that you crush on real bad, Isaiah from Brave? What's her name?
From Brave. I haven't seen the movies.
No.
like the animated picture.
Yes, the animated one.
I know there's Meredith.
Ah, that's her. Is
Yeah.
that the one?
Good old Meredith.
You're scaring me for a second there, Frank. You're scaring me.
So football is called soccer, but flag football is not called soccer, and flag football is part of the Olympics now. So that's weird.
Congratulations, Japan, I guess.
So that's how it's.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that because that's how flag football started. Was World War II. Whenever Americans were on army bases, that's what they played. That's how it got all over the world. Was like all these GIs would trick locals into becoming their honeys, and then they'd end up staying there and create flag football playing kids.
Yeah. Also, a lot of these other countries trust their neurologists, unlike we do here.
There is that.
Japan's
Tell me
gonna-
the truth.
Japan's going to dominate that.
Was that your impression of Will Smith's impression of a South African accent? Is that
Tell
what you
me
did?
the truth.
He did a great job, honestly. I think
He did not.
I have a concussion.
That was awful.
whatever accent he had, he wrote it the whole way through. And for that, I applaud him.
You gotta applaud the commitment to
He
it.
committed to whatever accent it was.
And I think he was Nigerian.
Mm-hmm.
I knew he was Nigerian because he said that iconic phrase in the movie where he said, "I am the Nigerian now."
Look at me, I am Nigerian. Look at me, I am concussed now. Tell
Was
me
it-
the truth.
And well, whenever your voice coach is Leonardo DiCaprio from Blood Diamond, you're like, okay,
Hey,
Sure.
that was a good accent.
that no, it wasn't.
No, it was
Okay.
no,
Blood Diamond was a revolutionary movie.
All right, looking for something. All right, we're going to go ahead and bump LeBron and Bronny talk and continue our Olympic Games coverage of just literally telling you what sports.
Don't
are
get
in the
upset, friend of the show. Braun and Bronny Talk is going nowhere on this
Olympics.
program.
Tune in on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. There are a lot of Olympic summer sports you don't really know about because, well, we being the United States, don't do well in them. So they don't traditionally put the badminton on.
No.
Because we don't win the badminton.
Stick to what you're good at.
The Romanians do.
It is weird when we don't win shooting. That's like our national identity.
Have you ever seen one of those Olympic like guns?
Yeah.
Like I've one of my buddies used to like qualify for them, and
oh, it's that easy that just like some idiot can do it?
he was in the military, so he kind of knew what he was
also, no, like you give me a little bit of a heads up and a budget.
Yeah,
I could become an Olympian at shooting.
He learned how to shoot in the military and took it to a pellet gun.
Yeah, no recoil. way tighter grouping.
If we get invaded by rabbits, watch your back. Jake friends got us.
If you'd have been like, yeah, Fred, like canoe sprint, I'd be like, that's super cool. That seems hard.
You know what would be a cool Olympic sport is like, you know, those salt guns. You just release them in a room full of wasps and how many wasps they can kill with the salt gun.
Jake, this is the best idea you've had in the history of this program.
I like that.
That's not a good one because wasps will huddle together after some time. Like, yes, originally they would be upset and flying around, but if you let them rest, I guess that's where strategy.
Yeah, but if you're like a good, wasp hunter and they ball up like that, you're taking multiple out.
Yeah.
You're a traditional hunter. I'm like a wasp whisperer.
You just talk them out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just put on some Sade, have them chill out.
You're just standing there. Please, wasp, don't hurt me. Please, wasp, don't hurt me.
I'm going to put on the newest episode of Hard Knocks, and then they're just going to kill themselves.
Smart. Very smart.
My favorite one, and I've been saving it for this one, is trampoline. Have you boys watched any of the trampoline at the Olympics?
Is this like gravity park like stuff where they're just like doing like axles and like backflips and stuff?
Or are they really jumping in like the same spot and doing flips?
They jump.
It's all of that.
So high.
It's the highest.
Yeah. Without 4 of your best friends to pop you up and make you jump higher.
Now, China wins all of them, but like,
of course,
awesome.
Well, yeah, but China like starts breeding Olympic athletes when they become 5.
They have a national program. That is correct.
Before then, they got to be before 5.
I'm not trying to say that I've heard this, but I believe Yao Ming is part of that program, and I believe it's the pre-birth part. That's my understanding.
Sure.
Okay, so after the one child policy,
so you can get exception for that. And this is that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if you have good genes.
Yes, literally.
Like,
yes.
yeah, you can have more. You can create more athletes for us. China played the Charlotte Hornets yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. It was riveting. I thought I was watching Jeremy Lin for 5 hours.
Did they win?
No, they lost bad.
Really? To the Charlotte Hornets?
To the Charlotte Hornets summer league team.
It was the Olympic China team.
Yeah.
Wow.
Golf does not matter in the Olympics. Golfers are not trying to win Olympic gold. They want to win majors.
They want paychecks.
Olympics does matter in boxing.
Oh, yeah.
So I was going to ask you a question about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is the WBC part of that?
No.
Okay, so Ryan Garcia, in theory, could be in the Olympics.
I don't know.
You can't do steroids and be racist in the Olympics either.
Well,
just because it's not sanctioned.
Well, 1934 Germany would like to have a discussion with
They
you.
were hosting.
Yeah.
They get to make the rules.
House rules, stupid.
It was in their house.
Called house rules. Also, the 1934 Olympics, Andrew Tate's favorite. Don't know if you know that. It's a fun fact.
And Jesse Owens.
Oh, gosh.
Surfing. Are there oceans in France? Oh, Normandy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, those beaches will be stormed.
You're welcome.
They use
I'm stoked. I'm stoked for the modern pentathlon, boys. Are you guys, is this a big pentathlon house here?
Is that 8?
Let me Google
pentathlon.
Let me Google that.
First off, I'm sad right now for our education system. Penta is 5. So this is the one where you ride a horse and you get off the horse and you shoot a gun. Then you go swimming. And then when you're done swimming, you get into a sword fight. And then when you're done with a sword fight, you go for a jog. It's the weirdest combination of things. When was this important?
Shoot a gun.
Never.
Before it was the modern pentathlon, it was the ancient pentathlon, which I think they just called it the pentathlon.
Yeah. And some people died. Like they used real bullets and real swords.
Yeah, we mean shoot a gun. Like
no,
they
that's
have like
it.
little pew pew,
Yeah,
like little pistols.
yeah,
like shoot it in the air or like
Yeah,
what?
No,
No,
like
you gotta
a
hit your target.
stormtrooper gun.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then
So they're missing.
they do. So the ancient one was running, jumping, javy, discus, and then you had to like wrestle a bear.
That's way cooler. Can we bring that back?
Not in this political climate.
No.
Yeah, they went left.
Where's Khabib from? Yeah, they're gonna win that one.
By the way, if
the-
they got the Paris Olympics on Prize Picks, hit the more on Team Hungary in the pentathlon. Hungary crushes at the pentathlon.
Riding, fencing,
They're hungry
swimming.
for more medals.
All right, so Van had the order a little wrong.
I don't care.
So it's riding, which is where you have to jump your horse.
Yes. I said,
Fencing, which is where you have to stab each other.
uh-huh.
Swimming, which is the
Yeah.
traditional idea.
Mhm.
And then, like Van said, it's running and shooting laser guns.
Laser guns. That's
So
cool.
Oh my
weird.
gosh.
So is it like a one-on-one situation?
No, it's countries.
Yeah.
It's the Olympics, bro.
Well, like, how do you determine which country fences which country?
GDP.
Flip a
See what I
coin.
mean?
They
Yeah, it's
flip a
like
coin.
it would have to be like a one-on-one tournament.
Hungary and Sweden have won 13 of the 15 medals that have ever been.
Told you, Hungary is dominant.
If there's any bear wrestling, I'm putting the whole paycheck on Russia.
Well, the Chechens won't be represented.
Well, what Russia just wrestles bears like Fred fights wasps.
Watch
For-
it.
both for
Talks
fun.
real sweet to him.
Today's I9 Varsity, when we get back from the break, is the I9 Varsity movies that our dad likes. It's Two Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Amory Castillo.
This is Two Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
Mike's hot.
Welcome back to the program. Today's I9 Varsity is the Iron Man Varsity of movies that our dads like. And this is because my dad passed away 2 weeks ago, which is why I've been out of town. And me and my lady have been watching my dad's favorite movies, multiple fold of reason, but it's been wild fun. It's been wild fun to watch my dad's favorite movies with my lady. League Office 280 at i9sports.com, 505-312-4999. Reach out to I9 Sports. Right now, flag football, soccer, baseball, volleyball, all those clinics that are just excellent for kids are available. My dad, like I said, just passed. I will lead with my dad's all-time favorite movie. And we haven't watched it yet. I guess I'm saving it. I don't know why. And I'll take you guys back a couple weeks to the episode of this program where we really ran precious bodily fluids into the ground.
Did a lot of that.
A lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
That is from Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. 1964 political satire. It is a black comedy that doesn't have any black actors in it, but it is brilliant. It has Peter Sellers. He plays a million roles.
So good.
It is at or near the peak of utilizing black and white film, because it's a black and white film during the 60s.
It's genius.
It
Beginning
is
to end.
It is
Nothing more iconic than the cowboy hat and riding the bomb.
Yeah, Slim Pickens. Yeah, coming down on the bomb. It's a Kubrick film, like Stanley Kubrick at his absolute top. If you have not seen Dr. Strangelove or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb, I encourage you to watch it and just appreciate the satire that it is. Peter Sellers in his 3 roles is just absolutely fabulous. Jake?
So from what I recall of my father's movies, anything with less than 5 stars on IMDb.
Okay.
My father hasn't been a part of my life in the last 10 years, but I've inherited his movie collection that is still at my house in a bunch of boxes somewhere.
Okay.
And if you look at the titles of these films, they are not good.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
You could get one in mind?
Probably
like Steven Seagal's early stuff.
Yeah,
okay. That was my guess.
Or like Battlefield Earth.
Oh, Scientology classic.
Yeah, Samurai Cop.
Okay.
Yeah, it does suck.
Okay.
Yeah, Catwoman with Halle Berry.
Okay. So just the word, just a real fan of true cinema is what you're saying.
Picked up a movie from the $2 movie bin every single time we went to the store.
Okay.
Dang, and then he would just drop him like he dropped his family.
Yeah.
Fire.
Van?
Good start, boys. First on my I-9 varsity.
See, I always put Isaiah last so I can go after him because juxtaposition, my answers are really good.
Mhm.
Okay, go ahead,
Yeah,
man.
smart. Danny Noonan, a teen down on his luck, works as a caddy at the snob-infested Bushwood Country Club to raise money for his college education. In an attempt to gain votes for a college scholarship reserved for caddies, Noonan volunteers to caddy for a prominent and influential club member.
Noonan.
Meanwhile, Danny struggles to prepare for the high-pressure caddy golf day tournament while observing new age advice from wealthy golf guru Ty Webb. Number one on my I-9 varsity of movies my dad loved, and I'm going to pick the ones that he shared with me that I still love to this day. Number one, Caddyshack.
Good.
Nice.
No,
So
you
good.
stole one of mine.
Caddyshack, baby.
I'm all right.
Isaiah didn't even know the name of the character. You had to say, I went to high school with a kid named Noonan. That wasn't his name, but we called him Noonan because he played basketball with us and he'd always miss his free throws. So we just got the name Noonan. Isaiah?
Scratch that off the list. All right, I'm going to go Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh.
I was going to
start.
say why this
Good
silence.
start.
I know you guys know about Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
1977.
Yeah, I believe that's correct. If
Good
not,
old-
yeah.
Yeah, good old Cletus. Smoking the Bandit's a classic.
Cletus was played by Jerry Reed, if I recall, but he wasn't even the star of the thing. It was Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds, baby.
Mr. Bandit.
Also, young Sally Field, like, answer my call, girl. Like, young Sally Field is as top tier as it gets in the world of yes, thank you, please.
Cletus is a sheriff that's always hawking him down, right? Cletus is great in that movie.
That's a weird movie. The that was his name. It wasn't Cletus. It was Buford T. Justice. Cletus is
Jerry Reed's Cletus.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Jackie Gleason.
Yes, Jackie Gleason is Buford.
Yeah, who's so funny. All right, boys, give me The Gods Must Be Crazy. It is a 1980s South African ditty that I think is the only film in the history of South Africa to like chart in like be garnered an American release.
At least the accents are accurate.
Oh gosh, it's terrible. So the premise of the story is there's this dude, I don't know his name, and he's from this tribe in Africa, and he's just living this perfect life until like a pilot, like a bush pilot, throws a Coca-Cola bottle out a window, and it lands like cracks one of the tribe members in the head or something. And then they end up coveting the bottle. They end up
becomes like a false idol.
Yes, they use it as a tool. And he tries to banish it to like the ocean, but he can't because obviously he finds like another bottle.
It sounds like South African Castaway.
It's brilliant. It is so funny.
It's really good.
It's so stupid. There's a main character that's a white guy, and he is just a fish out of water the entire thing. Just a brilliant little Johannesburg piece. So if you haven't seen The Gods Must Be Crazy, my dad would have recommended it to you.
My number 2, any movie with Bruce Willis. Armageddon. But I remember watching A Good Day to Die Hard a little bit too much, which is the worst Die Hard.
That's the newest one.
Yeah. I've seen that movie too many times to count. And I think my dad enjoyed Bruce Willis films because he slowly started looking like Bruce Willis, just fatter.
Okay.
I think it's sick version.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Van?
That's also the way I want to go. Young Cassio. John Gustafson and Max Goldman are two curmudgeonly neighbors who have been at each other's throats for years. The rivalry of the former friends intensifies when Ariel comes along and provides a love interest for both of them. When Max finds out that John is experiencing family troubles and financial ruin, however, he steps in to help. Their bond is further cemented when John has a health scare and Max makes the ultimate sacrifice for his friend. Give me the Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau driven masterpiece, Grumpy Old Men.
Good answer.
Loved watching that with my dad. He cackled like a maniac. And Burgess Meredith as the grandpa in that movie was perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Could not have been better casted.
Isaiah?
Okay, so Caddyshack, Die Hard off the list. We're going to go Top Gun.
Oh, sucks.
Give me Top Gun.
Oh, that's the worst movie.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's just close-ups and shaky camera of Tom Cruise's head the whole time.
But hey, when Tom Cruise sits in a chair, man, you watch.
You must have had some girlfriends that liked Tom Cruise, Fred.
Me? I've never dated a girl that likes short dudes in my life.
More of a Val Kilmer guy myself. Like
last round
stole the show, really. Let's be honest.
Goose. Last round, boys. In 1990, my dad's Obsession was released. Ken Burns' The Civil War.
Oh, man.
Nice.
Boys,
anything with Ken Burns.
My dad, it didn't matter. Like you knew it would come on PBS all the time. And he would make sure you were sitting there. And if you haven't seen it, you're messing up. Every episode, and the episode's like 2 hours long, they cover 1 year of the war.
Right.
And this is 1861 to 65, I guess. So it's excellent. It's brilliant. It's smart. Ken Burns' The Civil War was my dad's go-to. Honorable mention, Dancing with Wolves.
Did he like Ken Burns Vietnam?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
all that stuff.
Sweet.
He loved it all.
My last pick This is a little WWE or actor Dwayne The Rock Johnson in The Scorpion King.
That's we forget how young you are.
Yeah. One of the worst movies I've ever put on the TV. And I refuse to this day to support Dwayne The Rock Johnson's film career because of that movie.
I mean, they're all bad.
Every single one.
They're all bad.
Gridiron Gang doesn't
They're bad.
revive him a little bit.
They're bad.
What is Gridiron Gang?
When he's the football coach of the prison team.
Oh, no one saw that.
Oh, like The Longest Yard knockoff?
The only good ones are the Fast and Furious ones. That's the only good movies he's in.
Except for like the newest ones.
Some of his scenes were a little absurd.
Van has regularly referenced the other guys when it comes to The Rock.
Love it.
His
That's
best
his best
role.
movie.
Amen to that.
Cheers.
Aim for the bushes.
Van?
This spoof comedy takes shots at the slew of disaster movies that were released in the 1970s. When the passengers and crew of a jet are incapacitated due to food poisoning, a rogue pilot with a drinking problem must cooperate with his ex-girlfriend turned stewardess to bring the plane to a safe landing. My all-time favorite comedy,
Good answer.
and I got it from my father,
Yeah.
Airplane.
Very smart.
Don't call me Shirley.
A perfect movie.
Don't worry, Isaiah. I speak jive. Isaiah?
I don't get the inside joke, but
Watch the movie.
Oh, you gotta watch Airplane, bro.
If you haven't seen Airplane, it's a must-watch for
Shout out Kareem.
every human being.
Florence Henderson is beyond perfect in it.
I'm on it tonight. So I'm going to go with the number one, I believe, is his favorite movie, The Last Dragon.
Ooh, Bruce Leroy?
Who's
Let's
the
go.
master? Who's the master? And then for all of my mention, we can go The Best Man. The Best Man I see get played a lot as well.
I don't know The Best Man.
The Best Man, can I name drop some people in there? No, I can't.
What's it about?
It's about so the guy he's getting married, right? He's got a fiance, he's getting ready to get married, but he finds out that she had been cheating on him with one of his best friends, and he finds out the day before the wedding. And he has to decide if he still wants to marry the girl or not. And
man,
he ends up marrying her. Morris Chestnut. Morris Chestnut's in there. That's the guy that gets cheated on. And the guy that she cheats on him with, his best man, is an artist. And the guy was like writing a book and it wasn't doing too well. And in the book, he's literally like, he has a different name for all of the characters. And everyone's reading it and everyone kind of is catching the hint and like wondering, like, is he explaining that he hooked up with this girl's like wife in the movie? And then out of nowhere, the guy walks in. He's like, who is this? I forgot the name. He's like, who is it? Like, is it my wife? And he eventually finds out. And
Now I had made a list of the movies I thought you were going to say, Isaiah, even though that was a good rundown. I thought your list for sure was going to have Malcolm X.
Nah.
Boys in the Hood. Life.
Anything with Bernie Mac.
Life is up there. Bernie Mac's got some.
Do
good
the Right
ones.
Thing. Juice.
Juice is up there.
Yeah. Friday.
You got the juice
Friday's
now,
on
man.
everybody's list. Anybody who's cultured likes Friday.
Don't Be a Menace.
I don't know if that's going to be on his best movies list.
Coming to America.
Hurry up and buy.
That movie breaks him.
Soul Plane.
Nah.
Coming to America, Universal.
Yeah, Coming to. I never could really lock into that one.
The newest one sucked.
What about Menace to
Newest one was
Society?
garbage.
I don't think those are really his.
Okay. I was just playing the odds.
No,
Blade.
yeah, I get you. Those aren't really his staples. The apple doesn't far too fall from the tree. We like comedy over there.
Also, Terrence Howard was in The Best Man.
Yes.
And I don't know if you guys have seen what's been going on with Terrence Howard the last few
He's
years.
weird.
But he thinks he's like a genius mathematician, and I am here for it.
Yeah, what's up with actors like suddenly trying to become experts in topics they have nothing to do with?
Are we talking about Donald Trump?
I don't know. They
Just watch the movie, guys. You just watch that movie.
watched Russell Crowe in A Beautiful Mind, and like, I could do this in real life.
I would like
Yeah.
to watch Don't Be a Menace with Isaiah and explain to him what the jokes are. Like, that's a thing I would
Well, you
enjoy.
have to watch Boys in the Hood and Menace to Society and like all of that whole genre before you can watch it.
Isaiah's like, the only one I like is Soul Food. I'm like, okay, that's not the best one.
Nah.
You go, that's not for me.
If we're going by IMDb rating,
Yeah.
Jake's dad loves Soul Plane.
Yeah.
So that's close.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Have you and your dad ever watched White Men Can't Jump together?
Yes.
Yeah, that tracks. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
How to hit a finger roll from out of bounds. Always going in, never going out of style. Cause they can never be the boss, never run a town. You're now rocking with the best ever.
I got a list of topics here, boys.
We skipped a couple.
So we did the holiday recap. We're good there. We did Hard Knocks. We didn't talk about this NFL revenue. That one's a little evergreen. We'll keep that till tomorrow. France government in the Olympics. We hit WNBA rookies.
We hit that just with that moan.
Hey, this is like the best topic going right now.
Do you think
they're revolutionizing the sport right in front of our eyes?
Yep.
That's the best class in the history of WNBA. The legend, the Michael Jordan, already the Michael Jordan of the sport, Caitlin Clark.
You remember when Holly Holm beat up Ronda Rousey and then everyone else caught up in women's UFC?
Mm-hmm.
This is that. Like, there's been 20 years worth of people trying, and now they're all there.
Now they're good.
Yeah, now they're all
good.
because no one was ever trying.
They all came in at the same time.
Yeah.
There's been one or two.
Your girl Cameron Brink tore her ACL.
Who that?
Serious?
Who that?
Yeah, that's a bummer.
She's the really tall blonde girl that played at Stanford.
She's the number 2 pick.
Oh, okay.
But my number 1.
Would have been number 1 any other year.
Number 1 in my heart.
They were like Angel Reese has the all-time record for consecutive double-doubles. I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy. I was like, I didn't realize we were like 30 or 40 games into the season. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
It's a dozen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she has 13 now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 13 in a row. And that's the most ever.
Against who? Girls? Oh, it's even less impressive.
Woman. That's the league. That's what the W stands for. Not whack. Women's.
Did you know they have a men's NBA now?
Yeah.
That's what, yeah.
Really? Who's competing in that?
2 games ago, Caitlin Clark became the first rookie ever to have a triple-double in the WNBA.
Has a player done it, or is she the first player or first rookie?
First rookie to ever do it. And you want me to expound on that fun fact? It's only happened 12 times before she did it.
Up, dude.
In the history of the WNBA, there's only been 12 triple-doubles before Caitlin Clark did it for the 13th time.
There's only been 25 dunks in WNBA history, and 23 of them are in the All-Star game.
I remember the one from Lisa Leslie.
That was the first one, right?
Lisa Leslie Jones. Did she get married? And cool. That one was cool in 1998. I don't remember any of them since.
Was that the first year of the WNBA?
I think the first year was 96.
Okay.
That might not be accurate.
And it's been 27 years of in the red.
I'm looking up the list.
You think that
Candace Parker deserves some respect? No?
Does she dunk?
I bet she can.
I don't know if she has.
Sue Bird, I know that name.
All right, so Candace Parker is the all-time leader in triple doubles, tied with the famed Sabrina Ionescu.
Ionescu?
Oh, you know who that is?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
She can ball.
they both have 3.
Mm-hmm. Caitlin Clark's going to get it by the end of this season.
And I think a point too about the WNBA, about people talking about it. I think Brittany Griner started that movement.
Of talking about
it's Caitlin Clark.
Rebecca Lobo.
Yeah.
I remember hearing about Candace, and I just saw she was the first woman to dunk in an NCAA tournament game.
That's not the WNBA, brother.
No, but since she dunked in college,
It's
I mean,
better.
she can dunk in the WNBA, obviously.
Did she dunk in the WNBA?
I would guarantee she dunked in the WNBA.
Oh, you just guaranteed something in the WNBA? All right, I'm pulling up a highlight video.
She was the second player to dunk in a WNBA game.
Who was the other one? Lisa Leslie?
Yeah, it had to have been first because she was the first. Then, yeah, Candace the second.
That's the one I know about. All right, so I just found a highlight of the Candace Parker one, and it was they let her have a breakaway. They all pulled up at half court, and she took 3 strides
So
from the
traveling.
free throw line.
There's a video that says Lisa Leslie and Candace Parker reflect on their in-game dunks. Like it was like a military trip.
Now,
Thank you for your service.
that's the best joke you've ever told on here. All right, now I do believe I've seen Brittany Griner dunk like in actual play, like not a
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
a gimme one. So her,
Well, Brittany Griner's a man.
I was.
She's the best
we were
dunker.
thinking the same thing.
It's literally just because of that video of her at the pool.
She's like, huh.
I don't know what that
She's
is.
like, watch
There's
this.
a video of Brittany Griner shirtless.
Oh, she's doing like gainers or something?
Yeah, and then they're like, "Oh, that's a man."
Well, I don't know enough about that, but I'll say this. I'm currently watching a highlight reel of WNBA dunks, and she is 3 of the top 5, and the other 2 are Candace Parker and Lisa Leslie.
Okay.
So that's it. That's the history of dunks in the WNBA.
Just lower the rim, make it 8 feet.
You can't even monetize the YouTube video for WNBA dunks because it's so short.
No, they have to show the 2 possessions before.
Yeah, and then the dunk.
The build up.
When Lisa Leslie dunked, like she came running. Like, you remember when Brandi Chastain scored that goal in '96 for the Women's World Cup?
Yeah.
It was the same energy.
It was like when Jordan dunked it from the free throw line, or just like a half court running start.
Except it was in LA, and like Ellen DeGeneres was there sideline with like she was the one celebrating it because that's how relevant she was.
She was also the only person in attendance.
No, that first season they drew.
There's WNBA is highly populated with 2 different cultures, and they overlap real hard.
Correct. We got more when we get back. You want to go Major League Baseball All-Star? You want to go
Those
Dan
uniforms are
Hurley?
gross.
I could talk All-Star Game and Home Run Derby forever.
So LeBron and Bronny.
Let's
when
do
we get
that.
back. Zooming on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. At Money in the Bank this past weekend in Toronto, John Cena announced his retirement from the WWE, and that'll be after WrestleMania next year. So
he has a chance for another title then, right?
Doing a farewell tour. Yeah. So if he gets one more, he has the most of all time.
He'll have 11, right? Because he's at 10 now.
Kind of incredible. No, your numbers are way off, dude.
Oh, how many does he have?
16.
Duh, everybody knows that.
Come on, that's common knowledge.
Come on.
I would love to bring you to bar trivia if they have WWE.
Dog, I am the best at bar trivia. It is ridiculous how good I am at bar. I know so many trivial things.
Yeah, you knew a lot about the Polish Empire when we were talking off air.
It's true.
And I was very impressed.
Why? Just because I know that Kazimierz Pulaski helped train American revolutionaries to escape the British hierarchy?
Is that why we call it cashmere sweaters?
I hate your guts,
Man.
dude.
I think he was asking a serious question.
No, Jake.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I'll give you guys the opportunity here because I don't care. Bronny is hurt. LeBron James decided to make it about himself. This is going to be the best NBA season of all time.
I'm so excited. I'm legit so excited.
Why, for his 4 minutes, he's going to play all season?
For the first week, and then he's going to the G League. There's going to have some photo ops. There's going to be some cool moments.
And then
they're going to do one alley-oop to each other a piece, and then they're shipping them down to the minors.
You just skipped the highlight. The thing that's going to get more views on NBA.YouTube. And that's going to be whatever cool handshake they come up with before the very first game.
Are they going to do the powder toss together?
100% that's going to be part of it. They're going to dap. And did you say he's wearing number 9?
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to be 69.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a great look for a father-son combo.
Yeah, and then on the scorecard, they got him as B James instead of L James Jr.
I don't know if that matters.
That I don't mind.
Yeah, I don't.
The 69 is weird.
Yeah, that's. But
freaky ass family.
I'm excited.
69 God.
When they get to the play-in tournament, because they're not making the playoffs up front. When they make the play-in tournament, then Bronny comes back, and then they'll have the father-son duo in the playoffs, and he'll be just.
No, he's going to be up there all season.
Nope.
They don't use the 15th guy on the bench. He will be the 15th guy.
Nah, he's going to be in the G League getting reps. Once the cool story's over and we're done talking about it on this program, he's going to get shipped down to the G League to get reps.
Bronny don't get shipped anywhere. Bronny only does what Bronny wants. I know because LeBron told me.
Well, LeBron took a pay cut to make sure that Bronny got paid.
You're not far off.
What did Bronny get paid?
$7.9 million guaranteed.
And as a second round draft.
First time a fully guaranteed contract has been given to a second round pick.
He's not going to the G League, boys.
He's going to the G League.
They literally announced that he's going to the G League after the first week.
No, it's not.
Unless he completely turns it around and turns into his father in the next couple weeks. Nah, he's got to get reps in the G League.
Did you see the video of him getting put on skates by some random D3 basketball player?
Yeah, and blew his knee.
All of us.
Yeah.
He did miss. He missed like their first game, right, with a knee.
No, he played their first game, had 4 points, and then he missed their second game, and he's playing the third and final game of the California Classic.
Well, that'll be good.
Look, in what you were saying about LeBron making it about him, I get it. He's going to do that every situation. There's a camera or a microphone in his face.
I mean, he's
but I
a
think
guy
what
that-
he said was valid. Like nepotism notwithstanding, like LeBron James coming from nothing and having to work for everything and being this freak talent and never screwing up and never having any drama, no tragedies, no weird stuff, having that kind of upbringing. And then his son, who will want for nothing ever, neither will his kids, neither will his kids' kids.
Generational.
And still being driven enough to work for it and earn it. Like I agree with him.
He earned it. He earned it because his dad is on that team.
Listen, basketball is fortunate to have Bronny James. He chooses it. LeBron just told me that Bronny can have whatever he wants because he's this precious little boy.
LeBron should have left Bronny as a kid.
Oh, like your dad did?
Yeah. Yeah. And then make him work for it and then have the team draft him and be like, welcome back, son.
Oh, and then like
you're welcome.
The day before the draft, they do a 23andMe just to make sure and be like, told you. 7.9 milli.
I think the
Told you
Bronny
4 points a game.
the Bronny slander will age like milk.
No, it's all about Bryce. Bryce James is going to be him.
I think two things can be true. I think I saw Bryce yesterday.
Where was he at? Coronado Mall?
Yeah. Bryce James was in Albuquerque.
Well, we talked about this on Friday about
say it
Keon
like that.
Anthony and Bronny James and who's going to be better.
They're already the number one scoring duo in the history of the NBA.
It's awesome.
I can't wait for that stat line to be released after he scores his first official bucket.
So funny.
I want him to be up all season. And I want him to get like give me it like Boston, right? They go to Boston and he gets on the court and the crowd just boo. And then in the press conference, LeBron's like, they were saying Braun.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
He's not going to be in the NBA until Draymond Green kicks him in his LeBron James III. And then you're like, welcome to the NBA.
I think Bronny's just going to be too soft to handle the trash talk. You know, it's daddy's boy. And then when is he going to say, hey, dad, pass me the ball?
Yeah.
Dad, I'm open.
In my personal opinion, I think Bronny's handling himself like he went for a pretty big time dunk. Now it wasn't successful.
Well, that's important.
This is very important. But for him, I think that athletically, I think he'll be fine. But I think it's the pressure, and I want to see LeBron does really well with handling pressure with himself. I want to see how LeBron handles
scrutiny.
Yes, for his son.
He said in this.
Did you send Bronny some Andrew Tate videos?
That'll fire him up.
You just slide into his DMs.
Hey, I'm pretty sure they got a lot of the same morals already.
LeBron's hair plugs are going to be falling out during the season because he's going to have to take on the stress of his son.
I think he'll be. I think stressing about Bronny will be the hardest challenge LeBron has ever had in a season, because I think when it comes to his own self, I think he feels a level of control because he's like, okay, well, if I go play well, I don't really have to hear it. But with Bronny, it's like you can't add pressure on him. So it's like, what do you really do if Bronny's doing things on the court that's bringing LeBron extra trouble?
Well, it's not like this is the first time he's had like family on the court, because like he played with Delonte West all those years. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. It has been a absolute wild 2 weeks in the world of myself. Big thank you to the three of you gentlemen, Van, Jake, and Isaiah, for helping with the program while I was gone. Big thank you to Cumulus, my employer, for being just so incredibly sensitive to the loss of my father. So my father passed away 2 weeks ago, and it is less than 2 weeks ago. It's not even, 10 days ago, 11 days, mass heart. But the absolute rock bottom emotionally that I've ever been. And Van, you're aware, Isaiah, Jake, you to a much lesser extent, friends of the show to an extremely lesser extent. My father had been battling a colon cancer for the last year and a half. That included chemotherapies and surgeries, and I'm talking just the doldrums of what cancer is. And the Thursday before his passing, he passed on he passed on the 24th of June. So on June 20th, my father received his last chemotherapy treatment, and it was like the drug that cycles you off and gets it out of your system. Mm-hmm. And then a handful of days later, passed due to a heart attack. And, sometimes you can do everything right and it still doesn't work out, but it was just an absolute crazy time. And it was the support of you, Van, primarily. Obviously everything professionally related, but everything personally related. And then the kind words of the individuals that were aware. I promise you, even though I absolutely was not timely in response because there was a ton going on, how very thankful I am for you, Van, how very appreciative I am of everyone who reached out. And in the absolute saddest moment in my entire existence, the amount of support and love that existed because of all of you. So thank you. Thank you for those that are aware of the journey. And if the time ever comes where I'm able to repay in any way, I absolutely will do it in spades. And today has sucked. It sucks a little bit less than yesterday did, but it started out at such a high level of suck that it's going to be a long time. But thank you, boys. It means the world to me.
Of course. I always got your back, my dude. We started this journey together, and we'll always have each other's backs, no matter what. I know the person that you are off the microphone, and you are a legit top shelf human being. And there's no doubt in my mind, a lot of the wonderful things about you were instilled from your father.
Yeah.
And I know he will be missed, and I know his life was celebrated in a beautiful way when you were back home in St. Louis.
Crazy. It was absolutely crazy.
Yeah. You've only been in my life for about a year now, a little over a year, Fred. And over the year of getting to know you, I can tell that, one, you're just a great guy.
That's
in
kind.
general. Yeah. And, and I would say you're a very important part of my life, man.
Kind words.
And I appreciate, everything that you've done for me. And if there's anything I can do for you in this time, please let me know, Fred, because I appreciate everything.
I would appreciate if you stopped offering me Zen.
One day I'll get you to do one.
And yeah, I'd like to add on too, Fred. Like,
just pile on.
Yeah, for sure. Of course. Even, I texted you the same thing, and you're very, like you said, you're a very emotional, level-headed guy. So when this happens, even to the strongest of people, things like this can bring somebody, to a reality or just like break you down. And what I can say, everyone that goes through it, they all say that, like, it never goes away, but each day does get a little bit better.
Yeah. I very much I'm subscribing to that idea, and I was talking to my brother, which we don't ever mention on this show. But my brother is, if you think I have any level of talent, I am half the talent that my brother has in the world of talk and entertainment. But he found passion elsewhere professionally. He and I were discussing my dad, we were talking about like, what is that thing? What is it like, sum it up. Like, how can you communicate what he was? And, Van, again, most aware, but I struggle with like nothing. And that's not even in an arrogant sense. That's in a, I am so very capable in the world that I live in because my father at a very young age, instilled opportunity into me. And he taught me how to critically think, and he taught me how to problem solve, and he taught me how to communicate. And if you enjoy an aspect of my humor, I stole it from my father. And if you enjoy an aspect of my kindness, I also stole that from my father. And if you enjoy an aspect of my cynicism or my critique or my approach to life, because I will help you every step of the way, boys, but I will make fun of you for not being able to step on your own. And I got that from my father. And I am fortunate to be a shadow to a man who impressed upon so very many. And, you know, the thing that was so neat about this past week was my friends and my dad's friends and my dad's former friends, they all told the exact same stories. They all said he helped me. He taught me how to ride a motorcycle. He taught me how to float a canoe. He taught me how to make the right decision when there was a tough decision to be made, and how unique that was to all those individuals. It was not unique to my dad. And I'm doing that radio thing because he never called it a job. He just said it was my radio thing. Because my dad gave me the artistry and the confidence to do it. So for those who can, and Jake, I know you're in a different situation because you treat Van like your father. But for those who can,
just shows his poor decision making skills.
Take the time, take the opportunity, and make sure those that you love and care about that they know. And then lastly, when you can, communicate with they. For years, boys, I drove around this country, and for years I lived here, and I'm never late. I'm never late to anything. I would get to a place and I would call my grandma, and I would sit in the parking lot for 10 minutes and talk to my grandma. And then she passed. And then I put my dad in that spot, and I would talk to him for 10 minutes before whatever. So I'm going to pick someone a lot younger this time. To talk to the parking lot.
I'm always available for a phone call. Fred.
I'm okay.
Like a good person, though. Like she's a good person.
Kind of crazy.
And thank you so much to all the friends of the show and partner and sponsor, and even like this very radio station with all the kind words that sent out to friend. Everybody text and called and asked what they could do and reached out and tried to give all the support and the outreach and love and support for you and your family, and and your father passing. It was beautiful.
Well, there's a crazy way about emotion too. It was like, you boys will never see me cry. You boys won't see me lose it. And that's okay. Because everyone kind of processes and deals, and grief is its own world. But the times it's ever got me was our friend Trevor passed away last year, and Van cried, and that made me cry because that's what Van means to me. And I was pretty composed. I tried to lose my lunch. It was like an adrenaline thing. My brother calls, worst phone call I've ever taken in my life. It hits me. I'm dry heaving because you fight or flight, right? Like your body does that thing. And then I was good, boys. I drove to St. Louis. I didn't even fly. Like I was like, I need this time. I got to reflect. I got to like compose myself. And then I see my brother, and I cannot maintain, and that was okay. So find those things, find those thoughts, cherish them. Too soon is the answer. Too soon is. If anyone asks, that's the response. It was too soon.
I think it's a blessing that you say a lot of the thinking process that you had came from him.
Yeah.
Because I remember I haven't, both my parents are still here, but I know just in my family, there's a certain way they go about handling death. And I remember when my aunt passed and my little cousin, he was super upset. And my grandma looked at him and told him to stop crying. She was like, "You're going to make me cry." And then she starts, telling him, think positive and all these ways of critical thinking. And even my dad, like he can crack jokes and then, the craziest times just to basically, give you that sense that like everything isn't so bad. So it's like when you can kind of imagine what someone would say when they're here, I feel like that is something that a little nugget that does help when you're grieving. When you can imagine what that person would say. And if they tell you to, be all right. And
I used to do dumb stuff as a kid. And my dad would say, whatever, he correct it. Right? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm treating a park bench as not a park. That's a bad example. Say I'm at the grocery store and I'm using a cart as like a gymnastics something. My dad would stop me. He said, "Listen, just got to make sure you're socially normal. Socially, you got to be acceptable. And I thought, oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
When we would do dumb stuff as a kid. Also, when I talk about this stuff, Van and I will do it off the air, but it's like, it's expletive laden. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Of course.
So when I would do dumb stuff as a kid, I mean, we do whatever. You know, we couldn't figure out how to. This is the one I remember. Couldn't figure out how to get the little screwdriver out of the pocket knife set. You know, it unscrews out of the corkscrew thing.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do it. Whatever. I'm an idiot kid. And my dad's like, he's like, keep breathing. I'm like, keep breathing. Like, what is keep breathing? He's like, well, can't figure that out. You know, I'm worried you're gonna forget to breathe. He had all these quips, man. He was a wild storyteller.
Well, from the handful of stories you've told me about, you know, your dad and all that, I think you and your brother are going to carry on his legacy very, very well, man. Yeah. And, you know, he did a good job with you.
Everybody out there who has an ear on this conversation right now, don't wait till it's too late to say these wonderful, positive things about the people you care about. Cherish every moment with them and let them know how you feel.
I talked to my dad 4 days before he passed. And we were making fun of guys who really enjoy the shooting range. And I'm glad we had that. Final words, boys?
Hi, Mom. Love you.
Isaiah?
Glad you're back, Fred. Glad you're here.
Oh, that's one-sided. Van?
Too much for the time allotted, my friend. We've covered a lot today. Tell your loved ones you love them, and go ahead and check out the opening drive tomorrow morning with Jeff and JJ as well.
Good job, everyone. Keep breathing.
See you tomorrow, Burke.